will say that the closest thing I could describe it to is like, it sounds like an interrogation video. It sounds like you're one of those like cameras in the corner in the top right, and you probably shouldn't be watching this because it's not for you.
Yeah.
And it's like that type of audio. And that's obviously not the audio we're looking for.
Yeah. We're not going for the interrogation type audio, you know?
Yeah.
Well, so
we're looking for this audio.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I was like, all right, don't speak too soon. Don't speak too soon now.
I did.
That story did kill me, though. You said, I made a oopsie.
Yeah, it just sucks because, like, I don't want to necessarily get into this, but it was there. Mm-hmm. And apparently there is a common GarageBand, like, fault or whatever that occasionally you'll look at it and you'll see the sound waves like there are now and there'll be no sound, but you just copy the files, paste them on the same thing. So right now there's 3 tracks. You would just copy and paste and it would make them 6, and then you delete the first 3 that have no sound, and apparently the sound will be there. But it took me forever because, like, YouTube and Google and everything is like super expansive and has like all the answers.
Yeah.
But unless you know how to exactly write it, the question to the answer of the video that it's made from.
Yeah.
You could be like, how do you turn a mayonnaise jar to the left? And then the video is like, how do you turn the lid to the right?
Yeah.
But you asked the wrong question. So it's like the video is never going to show until you know how to write the correct question. And I found it after I had already completely fucked the entire. I mean, I started doing things where I was like, well, I found a long time ago that there's undo buttons and there's redo buttons.
Yeah.
So I just got lost in that.
And undos and redos.
So I got lost in the undo redo thing. So, and apparently because it wasn't saved at the time, when you start to undo redo, once you undo something that
fucked.
it's completely done. Undo something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
What do you think happened? It's gone.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist already.
Yeah.
And
Never
when
was
you tell
there.
it's like when you shake your phone and it's like, you want to undo this audio? And I was like, let's see what happens.
Might as well.
What is the worst?
Because
I know there's a redo button.
Yeah.
Let
me redo to nothing.
Yeah, dude, I just started.
I redone 0.
It's like that like life advice, you take 2 steps back and 1 step forward or something when life's not going well or whatever the saying is. Dude, that's exactly what I was doing. I was like 3 undos and then I'd redo 2. But then the redos, you'd get less redos than undos. So
you can only redo so much. Yeah.
You can't redo what's not done.
You got to have one more undo to redo. You know what I mean?
And I undone the whole thing.
Redone the couldn't redone the undone.
Yeah, you should have been there. It's like, dude,
help.
It's like that meme of the dude from, I don't know what the actual show is, but he's at the end of a table and he's strapped to the table and he's like, no, and it's like a clip of like something happening, like somebody walking into a house.
John Bernthal.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that's from, but he almost looks like he's a video game character because it looks so.
Yeah.
It's been so memed that it's like the original audio or visual is probably not done every meme. Yeah. And he's just like, no. And I'm like, I can see me now because I remember what it looked like when I was doing it. And I was like, no, don't do no.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Dude, yeah. But when you were sitting there just now and I was like setting up for like the thumbnail, I was like, it's kind of like you're doing somebody's profession in front of them and you're like, I do this every day. So I know how to do this. But you're probably looking at them like, dude, what the fuck?
Honestly, I mean, it's good. You're doing more than most people are doing. Like, honestly.
I mean, it's because I found the undo button. I'm doing too much.
Yeah. Dude, he's in there clicking that undo
I'm
button.
undoing more than most people are doing is what's going on.
Every chance he gets.
I think it's because earlier you said 2 steps back, 1 step forward.
Yeah, what is the saying?
When it's going negative. When it's bad.
Shouldn't it be 1 step back, 2 steps forward?
Yeah, but you know who I am.
But that's when things are going positive.
Yeah, for
when
sure
things are going
it
negative, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
We created a new one at our house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole house is 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We run on a
Lawton Street
different.
Fight Club.
We run on a different campaign on this episode.
Yeah, dude, it's
This is
different
good.
over here.
Yeah, should it be that way? Yes. Teach us your ways.
I need help.
Yeah, it should be much different.
Yeah.
This is good though. From
Yeah,
what I
dude.
was watching and hearing, like, because obviously I'll tune in every now and again watching the videos as we've gone on. Because I was on like 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I was
ago.
gonna ask you how
Long
long ago
time.
that was. Like, had different. Did we have anything on the walls?
You had some stuff on the walls, but the layout was slightly different, and you had less on the walls.
Oh, so there was a couch here and the chairs were over there.
Yeah,
Wow,
Man, that's a long time
Yeah, it
ago.
was.
yeah. Or no, yeah.
Because that's the only other like setting or seating setup that's been different.
Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even remember all the guests
crazy.
that got that one.
I don't think there were many because I think we had that
What
set
episode
up,
were you on?
and then
40.
Oof. Hey, yo, my bad on that. Yo, I'm looking at it. Oof.
I was
That was a
this
lot of numbers ago.
260?
I was like,
294?
hey, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Is
baby.
it though?
I mean, it's pretty impressive. Like,
Look.
the consistency is
Yeah.
the part that nobody can do.
Yeah, they can never claim that we're not consistent. They can say we're bad.
Can't say we weren't
Say we're
consistent.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're consistently
Yeah.
Consistently shit, which is fine.
Yeah,
Some
but
people
it's
are just that way.
consistency. Like, nobody can do what we do. They could do it better.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
not
but
for
they
as long as we can do it.
Nobody's ever been this bad for this long.
Yeah, dude.
For this consistent amount of time. Yeah, every time.
Can you name something else that's, like, been, like, wildly bad for a very long time?
Pizza Hut.
Oh, dude, no. You know what? Burger King for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh.
it is
Yeah.
wild that they've gone this long.
What is that other one?
McDonald's.
I mean, yeah.
The only
For sure.
What do you mean the other one?
the biggest
There was
brand in
another
the
one I was
world.
thinking of. Not.
Oh, dude, guess what? Coca-Cola and Pepsi suck. Like, the flavor?
Oh, dude, I love a Pepsi.
I hate Coke.
I love a Pepsi.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
it's
like
because
a
I'm
Pepsi
a
over
Diet root
Coke.
beer guy.
Yeah.
But,
you want to hear a conspiracy theory?
oh,
So-
dude, I love this. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, like,
Think about Burger King,
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's, Five Guys. I was looking it up. Apparently, they sell millions of burgers in a day.
Okay.
yeah.
How many cows do we have in the world?
A
Well,
lot.
less now because
Not enough for a
open.
million burgers a day.
Yeah, but you know how big a cow
mil-
is?
It's a big cow.
How many? Hold on. Somebody Google how many burgers out of a cow. Because if we can, like, it's got to be at least like a couple hundred
They kill. Oh, dude, it's like thousands of burgers out of a cow.
out of a single cow.
If they use all of it to
And
make
look,
burgers.
hey, he's got to be spot on because he's like
because
extra.
normally they're like 1,000 pounds hanging, and you think about
and it's not a pound burger.
no, it's quarter-pound patties
At
if
max.
That, yeah.
I got to choose the right ChatGPT conversation. So
Oh, yeah, and
I
also-
don't throw 'em off.
Hey, also don't get us to word it.
Yeah.
We're not good with the
I
wording.
will say I'm a pretty good Googler. I can get an answer pretty quick.
How would you Google that? What would
What?
you say?
Well, I would Google how much does a normal cow like weigh when they're slaughtered, and then from there I would just divide it by.
Yeah, but
a
you'd have
quarter.
to take at least, like, say it's a 2,000-pound cow. You'd got to take a couple 100 pounds off just for, like, miscellaneous shit,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
shoes and the head and the
Say
shit.
shoes.
Because don't they have shoes like horses? What do their feet look like?
They got like split hooves on them.
They're
But
like
don't
got,
don't
like,
they get
little-
shoes put on like horses?
No,
I didn't know that. I thought all those big animals, buffalo
Alright.
and shit.
So there's 980 burgers in one cow. So about how many cows are in the world?
Yeah. So you're
980
looking at
burgers
like
in a
what?
cow.
You're looking at like 10,000.
That's a small cow though.
So yeah, but 10,000 cows for a million burgers. So 10,000 cows per. Hold on, are you saying there's a million burgers?
Like there's
Like McDonald's sells 1 million burgers a day?
like I think it was like 6 or 7.
Million.
Yeah.
That's it. A day?
942.
I feel like that's not a lot for McDonald's. You're talking about probably the biggest. Well, I think Subway's actually bigger, like locations wise,
You
than
mean
McDonald's.
number of locations.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe in North America, but McDonald's.
No, I meant in the
globally.
world.
I feel like McDonald's globally has to be
I
number
saw
one.
that. Oh, I feel like that, but I swear I saw something
you know-
about Subway
so
being the
You know,
most.
France is basically made out of McDonald's.
They do No, it's Burger King.
Burger.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude. See what I'm saying? It
my
sucks.
bad.
Yeah,
Let's
I don't
see.
know.
How
Look
many-
what our podcast
how
has
many
turned
McDonald's-
into. Nobody's on this
In
thing.
the world.
Y'all just like texting each other. Y'all playing.
42,000 McDonald's is in the world.
That's it.
How many Subways? How many Subways in the world?
That's crazy because if all
37,000.
okay, so cool. So McDonald's took over. I think they
Got
got to be
about
number
10.
one, right? So that means there's 3 times the amount of McDonald's in the world that can fit in the Bay Center. So if all the McDonald's were
Say
people's,
that one more again.
if all the McDonald's were turned into people,
Yeah.
3 times the amount of that still can't fit into the Bay Center. You got 3 graduation classes of McDonald's that can't fit in the Bay Center if they were people.
All right, so McDonald's sells annually 9.2 billion burgers.
9.2.
Burger King.
Billion.
So that's like a million cows.
Yeah.
I think something like that.
And then
What is 9 point?
I'm gonna
Burger King is 2.4 billion.
Okay, so we're at
Wow, Burger King
9.2.
sucks. See what I'm saying? It reiterates my point.
9.2 million.
Burger King is to McDonald's what Pepsi is to Coke.
9.2. Oh, I can't do that.
Like numbers
good.
wise,
That's
it's got to
good.
be really similar. You know that's why Pepsi bought KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut because they couldn't compete with them on the fast food restaurant chains.
Uh-huh.
So they bought chains that's why when you're at KFC, Taco Bell, or
Pizza Hut.
you'll only ever see Pepsi products. You'll never see Coke.
It's funny you just said Pizza Hut sucks too, because Pizza Hut, Pepsi, and they're all
Yeah,
the same.
it is true. Hey, guess what I put your boy on? God, we
Let's bring it
cannot
up.
talk about this because it's
Let's
going to be a
bring
problem.
it up.
The last time we talked about
Okay,
it, dead serious,
just
got off the
let me-
podcast and
let me
could
just
not
put
help
this
but
out.
get it. Go ahead.
Let me just put this
And
out
that was
real
2
quick
weeks ago.
while
Go.
we're talking about it.
Yes.
The amount of cows in the United States. This is just the United States.
Who has the most cows, though?
Hear me out.
Is it the United States?
86.7 million cattle in the United States.
That's all cows?
30 million are beef cows and 10 million are milk cows. They go through 9.2 million cows a year for McDonald's. So just in the
You said
U.S.
9.8 million?
9.2 million.
9.2.
Yes. So just in the U.S.
Where's
a
all the
third.
other beef going?
What do you mean?
They said
That math
it was-
don't add up.
Well, I think we export beef. I think we also import beef. But
Yeah, but it sounds like we have more cows, and like the math on it sound like where's the extra beef off the cows coming if McDonald's is.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is there's enough cows.
Hey, you said let's talk about conspiracy theories. We can't even figure it out. Okay, look,
We
I don't
got-
even know what the conspiracy
we have-
theory was because I don't think you got to it. But
I don't know,
brother.
I don't know where they keep 30 or 80.
I was shut down at the setup, so I'm gonna stop.
You're like, hey, this was a wrong time to bring this up. Actually,
Shouldn't have done that. I
Yeah.
don't know where we keep 87 million cows.
Because right, didn't you say it's like 9? Say your number again.
It was like
9.2 billion.
9.2 billion burgers a year.
Right, and then there's 9.2 million cows. But then you can get like 980 burgers out of a single cow. So,
No.
so what was it?
Where I was going with this is, I was trying to figure out the number of cows that McDonald's uses a year.
Yes.
To sell.
What is that number?
9.2 million cows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you get 1,000 burgers per cow.
Uh-huh.
Right? So I divided 9.2 billion by 1,000.
Oh, so we're short.
9.2 million cows go directly to McDonald's, let's just say.
Oh, so they got to buy more meat from somewhere else.
No.
No, I
Who?
think that
McDonald's.
actually
No.
I think that makes sense because 9.2 billion take away 3 places because when you divide it by 1,000, so 9.2 million.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And 37 million.
I'm trash. I get it now.
37 million cows are beef cows. We figured it out.
All right.
It's good. It's all beef, dude.
Uh,
There's something going on there, though.
yeah.
There's-
but
there's
you're saying there's
something
not
going on
enough
there.
cows?
No, not anymore.
Figured that one
I know.
out pretty quick, actually. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
And how much time do you got to invest in a cow before you can like take it for what it's worth?
The way
like,
you said that was just
From the way
I don't like that.
it was.
Take it for what it's worth.
Well, I mean, it's worth 1,000
1,000
burgers.
hamburgers.
apparently. Like how long from inception till
I think they're like 2 or 3 years old.
consumption?
Yeah, they
2 or 3
normally.
years.
Yeah.
Dude, Brett Benton.
Yeah.
He was just did a little live chat thing where he was like,
Bear hunting.
yeah, he like came across a bear, but it was only like 2 or 3 years old, so he didn't take it.
Yeah.
Is there like a common age for animals before you like?
I mean, I think like a normal hunter, you know what I mean, is gonna take the older generation of
Yeah.
whatever. You know, I mean,
Like is
some clubs and stuff have like it has to be over 5 years old for you to take, you know, or it has to be a certain size
Yeah.
for you to kill the animal. But I think most people aren't gonna kill like yearlings because they're young and they want them to reproduce and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's just kind of a respect thing, you know.
Yeah. Also, do
But-
cows like age like what?
Like cows, probably.
What is that math?
Because
Because we're taking a 2 to 3 year old cow,
Yeah, I don't know how many. I don't know if they have like cow years.
bruh.
I don't know. Maybe
That's
I'll Google
crazy.
Seems illegal.
I'm saying, even if we're timesing it by 3, they're 21. He just got his liquor license.
it. He just got a liquor license.
Bro, that's crazy to me.
How old do beef cows?
I'm sorry.
Be
So not enough cows was the conspiracy theory?
The one before, yeah. The,
Do you have another one on that? Do you have more like
oh,
beef things or
not
something?
anymore.
No. Dude, I've seen some crazy ones where, like, I think we brought this up a few podcasts ago, the Mountain Dew thing, where it's like every Mountain Dew flavor, like a new flavor gets dropped. Like 3 months later, a national... Is it national when it's like a... What is the world when a world problem happens?
global.
Okay, but they're not necessarily global because a lot of them are American-based, but, like, sometimes they'll drop, like, a flavor that's, like...
International.
Yeah, maybe an international incident. But like an incident makes it sound like it's not like natural. International,
What
natural.
Are you talking about? Oh, like a
Disaster.
natural disaster.
Every
A
time Mountain Dew
natural-
comes out with a new flavor,
a natural disaster.
There you go.
occurs.
See what I'm saying? I can't write the things to search them.
Wait, so like a
You
tornado
don't know how to
happens
spell
or an
it.
earthquake happens?
Yes, like dude, I swear to God, you and Miranda need to look into this. This is a crazy, and it's as far back as Code Red, it has been true.
Code Red is good.
Yikes.
So, do you know what the Code Red one was?
What was it?
9/11.
Oh!
So 3 months later, Code Red happened.
have they been talking about a new flavor?
Yes,
they just dropped one?
The next one I think it's like Maui Burst, or not Maui Burst. It's
It's hurricane season.
yeah, it's not a hurricane based one. It's a fuck. What would be a flood name for a drink?
Tsunami.
It's not tsunami.
Mm.
It's something like that though. It's maybe
Cyclone.
I can't remember the fucking one, but their next alleged one is going to be in Texas. They think because of the wording of the thing, it sounds like there's going to be a massive flood in Texas in the next 3 months after it drops.
So they're using the name Mountain Dew gave the drink to decipher where this natural disaster is going to happen.
Yeah, so anytime anything drops. So there was one that was
Code
like
Red.
Maui
How is that
something.
9/11?
I mean, I'd say somebody was on Code Red.
Yeah.
I
You're
think
right.
I'm pretty
That
sure
adds
it.
up.
I'm pretty sure it was
Somebody on Code Airports. Airports Code Red for sure. Yeah. What was voltage? It's got to be some electrocution or something, huh?
Let me see.
He's trying to Google. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, he's
you know
gonna-
how long
he's
it
about to
takes
get
for him
put
to
on
Google.
like 3 lists
Yeah,
from
yeah.
looking this stuff up.
That I would, bro. Yeah, probably.
Bro.
Well, this one a little bit old, but let's see. So the upcoming one is called, this is this summer, Baja Midnight. I don't know what that's gonna be.
Ooh.
But this isn't the article I read where it like showed it one for one. In 2019, Mountain Dew dropped Maui Burst, a pineapple flavored soda. This one's like 4 years later, but the wildfires in Maui happen. But it seems like every single one is like a one for one. This I should never be put on the spot. Y'all don't do this to me.
You mean all the fires where everything with blue roofs and stuff survive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is
What?
so the I think it's the new one. It's called Purple Thunder.
Purple Thunder.
Yeah, so imagine that.
Great song.
That
by
is a
the
good
way.
song.
Brother. I mean, it's not every single flavor because there's been like a million fucking flavors. Whiteout. This one's called Distortion, Typhoon, Revolution, Supernova, Voltage.
Typhoon.
Golly.
Resolution.
Yeah, that you said that earlier, and I was like, no, because that already sound like one.
Yeah.
Because they have like crazy
A bunch of
flavors. Being an ex-Pepsi employee, they have like flaming hot flavors. Like that should be a wildfire.
Right.
A flaming hot one?
Yeah.
The people in the back should have done better with.
Yeah, like for sure, pick and choose a little better than that.
Purple Thunder? Is that what you said it was called?
But Purple Thunder is
Purple
one.
Thunder. What could that be?
Ooh, this is a fun game.
Purple Thunder could be a super. It could be the biggest tornado of all time. Have you ever seen?
I feel like it's got to be
the
like
Joplin?
a rainstorm, though.
Like purple rain.
You know what a tornado is?
Windy.
It gets wet too.
Oh, that shit wet, cuz. I mean, that shit windy.
Yeah,
that shit dry, cuz.
Even your brain was like, no,
That
he
shit dry.
right though. He right.
That shit dry, dude. Tornadoes?
You've really been a part of a tornado?
I mean, we have them through here every once in a while.
Yeah. All right. So we can't speak on something we're not a part of, right? Right. Right?
I'm confused on what is going on here.
Like I can only say what I see, right?
No.
So I'm gonna believe all the people that are in tornadoes that are wet and almost dead.
Do you think?
Because guess what? Like also,
Let me
okay,
Google this.
hypothetically speaking, if there is not a lot of rain
Or tornadoes.
and there is a lot of wind, you might be dry as fuck because it's blowing so hard.
Apparently, they develop in thunderstorms. So.
That's crazy.
Yikes.
It's cool though.
Thunderstorms and moisture. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I figured they were dry because they're like in
I think
Texas and
if
Oklahoma.
it's
and stuff
dry,
like that, right?
it's called like a dust tornado, correct?
I don't know.
Because
I
it
didn't
might
know
be
they
like
were-
a mud tornado.
I didn't know they were wet. So don't ask me.
Yeah.
I just figured tornadoes were just dry.
Yeah, dude. But seriously,
Oh, that shit was just
hey,
windy.
Hey, spend some time looking at the Mountain Dew thing. It might just
Okay.
be for fun, but it's a nice little fun thing. Not that the things that happen were nice, but like are
It's
fun.
nice.
It's a
fun.
nice little fun.
It's
Yeah,
a fun
look at all
thing
these
to be
natural
like.
disasters.
It's like my favorite
Nice
one's
fun.
Code Red.
Also,
Go
look
down
like
below.
looking into the look,
Natural disaster too.
dude,
That's
looking into the
crazy
conspiracy theory ones. It's fun when you find the ones that are like
Connect.
they connect, but if you really look into it, it doesn't. Like the whole Simpsons predicting the future.
Yeah.
There are some things that they got pretty close, but it's like obviously they didn't predict it.
Yeah.
But if you look into some of them, it's like those episodes came out after, but because it's so long after now,
Yeah.
we look back into like the early 2000s, they're like, oh shit, they predicted and really the date for date thing is like 6 months later, or
Yeah.
somebody said it before them.
There
Some of the
are
crazier ones.
There are quite a few though that do line up like exactly.
Yes,
that
okay.
are like
Here's a classic
ridiculously-
one that Biggie Smalls said in a song. He was like, blow up like the World Trade.
Yeah, it happened. That was right after the first car bombing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there was already a bombing taking place on the World
Yeah.
Trade Center that was not the planes.
The actual.
It was in like 1993, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that he wrote the song like...
99 or something.
Yeah, it was like after the fact, but it was like... People now, like y'all's age, will look at it and be like, holy shit, Biggie Smalls knew about 9/11. And it's
Yeah.
like... Bro, this is not making any air. 9/11? We've said it like...
It's okay.
Sick.
My birthday's on 9/11.
Wow. Oof. Hey, yo, also September, baby. I just take one of the ones off, but, you know. I'm just not one.
No, I remember
That's good.
I'd go to school, and my favorite colors were red, white, and blue. And every time I went to school, and all the kids were in red, white, and blue.
Hold on. When you say 9/11, like the
2001?
real
No,
9/11?
99.
Oh, okay.
So I turned 2. No, like...
That's got to be a tough birthday to have.
Oh, dude.
Oh, my...
Oh, dude.
my
Oh, dude. That must be
family-
crazy.
Your birthday is on 9/11, ain't it?
Oh, dude.
Oi, my family, they used to post on, like, Facebook and Instagram, they do this long like praying for all of the fallen of the. By the way, happy birthday, River.
Oh, and also
like,
happy birthday.
In the same post? Hey.
In the same post. They didn't make separate ones.
Dude, I would just be like...
Yeah, it's like a bunch of pictures. It's a bunch of pictures like firefighters and stuff like that, and then you scroll over and it's you. You're like...
It's like...
They're like, I just saw River. I thought he was alive.
Firefighter, building on fire.
Yeah.
Like someone jumping.
Yeah.
Oof. And then a picture of me.
And then it's you, yeah.
Yeah,
in red,
like,
white, and blue.
This guy supports 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Big yikes.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Oh,
That's tough.
You got any other good ones that...
Any more
Conspiracy
conspiracies?
Yeah, I know that whole family is like all about like ghost videos, and I've been on a ghost video.
Ghost Bros.
Dude.
Love some Ghost Bros.
There's a ton. I want to go with one that like... God, isn't going to make me look like such an idiot.
Go with your absolute favorite. Like,
I
what is
promise
your bread
you,
and butter?
I promise you some of the crazy deep ones that might make you look a little wild, we're probably for it.
Okay, I got
Let's be
three.
real.
I got three.
Oh, I love them.
Already
Hey,
love it.
I love it when you did this. I was like,
I
yes.
got three. One is everything space.
Okay.
Earth, the shape of it, moon. The moon, like, did we land on the moon is a big one. That
Are
one's
you
like,
on the flat
Hold on,
side?
let's just hear all of them before we just...
Yeah.
Let's just hear them all.
Karmic law.
What?
That's another one. So karmic law, you basically, before it, it's something that, it is a ideology that some religions follow that are like, if you're going to do something bad, you have to tell them first, and then you no longer have the blame. So like if I were to hand you a poison apple and say, hey, this is poisonous, and you ate it and then you died, it's no longer my fault. It's on you.
Okay.
But I could do it in a creative way that makes it so that I told you, but it wasn't.
This sounds like some Disney folklore. Like, that's
Yeah,
how the
dude.
princesses got away with it.
It relates to your whole idea of like what Mountain Dew.
Oh, word? Dude, that is true.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
shit.
then the
Oh,
last,
shit.
and the last one. Oh man, I had the last one.
He's like, I don't
forgot
know if I should say that.
I had the last one. The last one is Project Bluebeam, which is like
The Maui
This
thing?
one sounds like a good one.
this.
I like
This one's like tinfoil hat one.
This is
I
like direct
like
energy
this.
blast thing?
This is like it connects the Maui wildfires, all the underground tunnels that are being built right now, aliens,
Whoa.
like connects all that.
Is there a YouTube video on this?
See,
If you look up Project Bluebeam, it would just you'd get so many videos.
right.
Let's
No,
get
I'm
into it. Let's get into it.
Look,
Let's hear what are your theories on the
Bluebeam.
on the Earth and the moon and space and all that kind of stuff. What's up with that?
Okay. There it
Okay.
is, Project Bluebeam.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Look at that.
Yeah, hold on. What was your question?
I was
What'd you
asking
say?
him about his theories on the Earth, moon, space.
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of thing.
So I feel
want to
like,
hear that.
I kind of feel like you laid them out in like level of difficulty to understand. Like
Yeah.
the first one, oh, yeah.
yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah, we understand that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
And then I went straight to like
Yeah, Bluebeam, and we're like,
Bluebeam.
Yeah.
no.
The ones that have their own name is the ones you've got to like.
Project
all right,
Paperclip.
yeah.
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 You gotta have to look into that a little bit.
Project name and a team.
Yeah.
So my ideas on space. I don't know exactly what I believe the shape of the Earth is, but it's hard for me to believe that it is a globe spinning around thousands of miles per hour while a magnetic core is holding us all together and we are revolving in the gravitational pull of the sun, but the moon somehow doesn't leave our gravitational pull. Somehow Earth, we have a stronger one than the sun, even though we're trapped in the sun's.
Yeah.
And it also leads into, like, nobody can go to Antarctica. There it is. Nobody can go to Antarctica. You have, like, if you go, you have to pay top dollar. You have to be accepted. And then there has to be, like, tour guides taking you to all these different places. There are areas that you can't go. And there are even videos where it shows, like, the original maps of Antarctica. And it show, like, mountains. And it show, like, there are some that showed, like, green life, like trees, grass, and all this different stuff. And then one day if you go on maps and look up Antarctica, like if you go to the top, it's just like flat white. There's nothing else there. Like it was almost like they just smudged over it in Photoshop. So there's like yeah, I know, like, and yeah.
We're both like, we'll talk about this later.
They definitely were like,
River's crazy.
It's a lot deeper than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
But there are some, like, I haven't solidified what I think it is yet because I'm also a big fan of space.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite thing to do is just, like, look at
Space.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like,
So to go in on the space thing, when you look up, what do you think we're looking at? Do you believe that is space when it's dark?
Yeah, I believe that.
Because, like, you look up now and you can't really see. Like, you can see the moon, but, like...
But it's
but when it's dark, you're really seeing it in what we believe
Space
the naturalness to be. Black.
fog.
And when I have conversations with people about this, I'm always the skeptic because I want to account for, like, everything that we've been told. I want to be like, well, this makes sense because this. So whenever someone comes up with a question, I'm always like, well, let's make sure. Like, I'm going to go look at the math of what, we're told scientifically. And there are some things, like one...
Did you just move my mic, or did it just fall?
I think you just hit it.
Gravity gave out.
Project Bluebeam's over here.
Bro, hey,
up,
yo, not to be like... Did somebody just
Check
say
that
gravity?
fucking tape, dude.
You said gravity, right?
Actual.
Dude, have you seen the little clip on Bryce on the Simple Man podcast? Brother, Bryce goes... Bro. He's like, there's no such thing as gravity. And he's like, there's something... to the effect of satellites don't exist. They're all balloons. They're called saloons because they're satellite balloons. And he's like, the reason they can go up there is like density. Like, it's not gravity. We're dense. Dude, and he's saying it like he's cussing at you. But he's not cussing at you. I mean, he's saying it with some aggression, brother. It's I want to play it on here if I can find it. But
So, what were you saying? What were you just saying about
space?
Space, yeah.
Bryce Mitchell, Simple Man.
So there's
podcast.
I don't like when someone tells me something. I don't automatically take it as truth.
Yeah.
And I feel like I like to, unless it's something like 2 + 2 = 4. Well, obviously that's truth because that's a man-made thing that we determine what was truth or not.
Yeah.
But like the space thing, like we can't land on. This is one that I'm actually concerned about. We are questioning. We can't land on the moon again.
Are you telling us or asking us?
Yeah,
That's like.
Is that a challenge?
We'll
you see what I did yesterday on the miles? I'll figure it out.
You saw his undo redo button shit.
We'll
get there.
Yeah, we'll figure it the fuck out.
We'll undo our way to the moon. Dude.
Yeah.
Apparently the technology.
What happened to them? Dude, they made it.
They undone it.
Apparently the technology can't support us to go back to the moon.
This is what I think.
See,
okay, look,
I don't believe
just to
that.
address this. Yes,
Like
I don't believe
just
that
to address
at all.
this, I think it's not a focus.
Yeah, what's the point of us going
if
back?
we focused, dude, Elon would figure it out in a week. And I'm not saying I know everybody says Elon because like he's done so many things, but it's like if he wanted to in a week, he could eradicate Burger Kings. Like he could figure out whatever your thing is, he'd figure it out.
I think we just easily.
Why do we need to go back?
Unless we can't even
go there.
That's
what you think.
Like, what if there's because I've seen, like, the Red Bull video of the dude doing the highest base jump.
Crazy.
I mean, that's GoPro footage. That's hard to edit. Like, I was watching it, and I was like, that would be so hard to edit and, like, make it look that real. Because it's GoPro footage. It's not, like, the CGI. They're not in front of a green screen like it.
Are you saying you don't think he could have even gotten that high?
No, I believe that.
Okay.
I believe that we got
Could
to
they
that
not
later.
just put a GoPro in front of a green screen?
I mean, they could, but having all of the different angles and then having, like, the amount of...
Yeah.
The footage is literally insane.
I don't think you could make somebody spin that fast unless they're falling from
Bro, and not die? Just not have all the blood just...
Like,
I mean, he passed out for, like, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, the attention to detail they had, that would have been, like, having the same budget as the movie Interstellar for them to pull that off.
Hey, also, banger, dude. I'm so horny when we talk about Interstellar, dude. That movie,
great,
awesome, dude. I was not a big fan of it before, but I don't know why. I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And I just got horny for space there for a minute.
The soundtrack.
Crazy, dude.
The soundtrack in that movie.
Oh, dude.
Is one of the craziest things.
What is a more, like, what was the soundtrack before that one that was, like, You could say, like, Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
I don't even think that's even close, though.
Well,
when I think
they are known for their soundtracks because every song is, like, a #1 hit from, like, the 70s, 80s, 90s.
But I think what I'm talking
80s.
about is original
movie
soundtrack.
Yeah,
I don't think...
What is it, Hans Zimmer?
Hans Zimmer.
Dude.
He's done Jurassic Park. He did Interstellar, and then he did...
there was another one he did
Indiana
recently.
Jones. He did one of the Indiana... or.
I just saw his name
Indiana
pop up
Jones?
somewhere.
Oh, did he do Oppenheimer?
Maybe.
Maybe he did do Oppenheimer.
I think he
Maybe.
did Oppenheimer.
Yeah, like, to say, like, an original piece, I can't think of another movie.
High School Musical.
And I know
maybe?
this is not it. But it
You like
hits
that,
me.
huh? You like that.
This hits me like it's an original, and I know it's not.
Yeah.
But the Aerosmith Armageddon song, if I could lay with you in the sweet surrender. Like, that wasn't written for... I think it was written for, but it's like an Aerosmith song.
Yeah.
It's not like...
It's not like a dude
composed.
who made... Yeah.
Like, this is like to give you the mood.
Yeah.
How many times that song has been not memed, but like laid over like workout videos or like spooky video. It's like it's on everything.
Yeah.
Like you find a cat on the side of the road and it's missing a nose. Like all of a sudden, Hans gets hit up again. And it's like, yo, we need to drop a track for this. Hit a remix on this. Listen to this. I don't think we can get hit for this, so I'm gonna play this so you can actually hear this. He is insane, but the thing about Bryce Mitchell is like he believes every word he says.
Yeah.
He is not one to like fake something. It's truly insane in the white.
Fucking believe that though? Do you believe? Shoot a fucking bullet, and they say it's 10 times faster than that. It's an object. NASA made it, and it's going to Mars. Do you really believe that that fucking rover is traveling? What if it hit a piece of space dust? You know, just obliterate it. One little dust, a piece of dust.
One little dust.
Bro, they're not traveling what the speeds that they're saying that they are, but they're telling you that they're orbiting. Oh, the ISS is orbiting 17,500 miles an hour. Oh yeah, and it's not hitting any type of satellite debris. And by the way, satellites don't exist either. They into this. Okay,
Oh,
they're on
God.
moons, but nothing goes past the firmament. There's no such thing as gravity. You know,
Watch.
It's density. So you take a satellite, you put it on a helium balloon. Helium is less dense than oxygen, and the balloon floats. That's why it's called a satelloon. It's a balloon with a satellite.
Satelloon.
Did you see how he said it with confidence? He's like he kind of threw his little mic cord. He's like
Satelloon.
Satelloon.
He's like,
you
it's
know?
called a satelloon. Like
Yeah,
they
dude,
don't
look
know.
into it,
Yeah, he's
idiot.
like,
What are you, an idiot?
You don't know.
Golly,
what?
dude.
Now
Yeah.
what he said, that word, the firmament,
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
that's where I'm thinking like,
Teach us a little bit about it.
okay.
Is
So
that another land
the
surrounding
firmament
us?
comes from the Bible. Now,
Yeah.
this shouldn't be used to like discredit the Bible, because there are tons of pastors out there who are like, nah, the world is round, you're an idiot. But the firmament is said to be the separation between us.
The heavens and the
In
earth.
heaven.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So that firmament, that's the ground, like that's ground zero for a lot of people's thought process on the earth not being round. So it's like the reason we keep sending things up to space is because we haven't been able to get there yet. So it's like they
Who
get...
are you surrounding yourself with? He stops off and a homeless guy's like, yo, can I get $1? And then he's like, nah, that's your new friend. You gotta get new friends, bro.
So it's like the idea is we can get to we can get to a certain distance.
you know the dude up here on the corner that's always mad and never
Yelling at
talking to
himself?
anyone,
He's
dude,
yelling
but
at
Are you
himself.
talking
Someone-
about Joe?
See what
He's
I'm
got a
saying?
6-pack and he is yelling all
Dude,
the
and
time
he's
at
always
nobody.
mad. And
Love
he's
that
not
guy.
even looking at you. He's just looking and he's just like,
He's very upset. Yeah,
dude,
I saw him fighting a tree the other day. He was underneath the tree and punching
Dude.
like there was a bag hanging.
Yeah.
You should
There-
listen to him.
There was probably a bag there. At
Great
some
guy.
point. He punched it clean off. Anytime I round that corner to run, I run faster.
Yeah.
My
you
mile
got to.
Yeah, my run per mile is like it speeds up around that corner for
Mile
sure.
per hour.
Because if he starts running, I know he's got better speed than me.
You quit,
Dude.
dude.
Joe!
Cody.
Yo! He goes, tag you in. I'm like, oh, fuck.
You start free. He touches you. You start free. What the? You're like yelling at nobody.
Passes it on to
He
me.
passes it on to you. Yeah, you're yelling at no
Oh,
one.
no. The firmament is this.
So
Dude.
they keep sending stuff up and it doesn't get past anything, is what you're saying, huh?
They're observing.
Yeah.
So they get up to an area and they observe.
Who's they?
NASA.
Oh, okay.
And
All of us.
we're all observing, man.
We just
Yeah, but-
observers.
But the idea is like the level at which landing on the moon, getting to Mars, and all that. That's all made up.
You know what it sounds like we're doing right now? It sounds like we're brainstorming what we're going to tell America.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're like, this is what I'm thinking.
the
What we're
pre-
gonna do.
This is a pre-press
Look,
conference.
go with me.
Yeah, pre-press conference. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. What if we tell them?
There are just like a ton of different theories that I like to follow, like I like to listen to.
Yeah.
Because the things that we learn in the textbooks, those are all still theories. They have a lot of mathematical, like, foundation behind it.
Yeah.
But something that I've learned is a lot
it
of
looks over at the camera.
a lot of science.
What's gonna come out is he's gonna be like, I was trolling them really hard on the podcast. He goes, what I had learned.
Is a lot of like I reading or listening to a lot of different experiments and stuff.
Yeah.
They'll have an experiment. It'll work, but then something will be lacking. And instead of going back to the beginning and redoing it to try to find the absolute answer, they just do another experiment to try to make up for that.
Yeah.
And another experiment to try to make up for that.
It's kind of like when you can't find the flavor on something and you keep putting sauces and you're like, what
Yeah.
about teriyaki on this cereal? It's
yeah.
like,
And now they're too far to be like, okay, let's start over.
Yeah.
So it's like there's so much money in this now. No.
yeah.
Like we just got to keep on going.
I do feel like that is like you just pretty much synapsized science
Yeah.
because it's like, what are we doing? Because like, dude, because I think it's called the CERN project or something that's over there in Norway or Sweden, where they have that tunnel and it's speeding up a particle like.
Particle accelerator.
Yeah, like 99.99% the speed of light, and then they collide them.
Ooh.
So it's like
Speed
I
of
understand they're trying to recreate the
Big Bang.
yeah, like the first. I mean, you can't even say seconds because it's like even smaller than that. But it's
Yeah.
like to recreate the conditions of the Big Bang.
Yeah.
But why? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
I think
I'm still trying to figure out why my food goes bad.
I think the original
like
idea.
stay better longer and not with fake shit in it. Also, why are we having problems with like our balls and shit because of plastic? Like what? But we need to know about the Big Bang. But also, like, isn't the sun gonna explode in a couple billion years? But the Big Bang.
I think
But
that I think
why?
I think the reason behind the splitting the atom and
Yes,
particle
do tell
accelerators
us,
and stuff.
Hilton.
I think it's energy. It's because it creates so much energy that
Yes.
if they can harness that, we would never need fossil fuels or anything ever again.
Do you
And I
think
think that
that's
that's part
what
of the
they're
reason.
doing? Is trying to harness it?
I think so.
Or if they
Who
could,
told you that?
I just can't. I mean,
Him.
I think
You just created that yourself. You're like, I think that's why.
I feel like that's why that would make sense.
And look, and this is gonna sound like I'm criticizing you. I'm not.
yeah.
he is.
Have you looked into that at all?
No.
Go on.
I don't know. Google it, man.
He another idea, theory
Yes.
could be if they can prove the Big Bang, we can all stop wasting time on religion.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They can disprove. They can disprove a whole lot.
necessarily.
Of
I
it.
mean, but like the idea that their creation made creation not, or that creation made itself not a creator made creation.
Yeah.
Because like obviously I'm a Christian. I believe the Big Bang Theory didn't happen. But if it comes out where it's like, oh yeah, it completely happened.
Yeah. Yeah, but well, like, okay, here's a good question because I've thought about this for a long time. what if both can be true? And like, why can the Big Bang happening mean like God and the existence of like the Bible teachings not be real? What if like the Big Bang happened, God did that?
Let there be light.
Yeah, like what if that was that, and like maybe through the form of like how telephone happens, where it's like, dude, did you hear that like River got signed to like Paramount Pictures, and then it's like,
Whoa.
it eventually gets to Hilton, and it's like you got a subscription to Paramount. But it's like, how did he do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I heard he got like $5 a month now. He can afford that type of shit. But then it comes out that you got like a $15 million contract, and it's like, how did Hilton? Like, how did it get to him? Like, what if like the form of telephone over years, thousands of years now, has like just mistranslated that like God really did make the Big Bang, and it really was how long it really was long ago, not 2,000 years ago or however the real number is.
Yeah.
What if that's the truth?
Yeah, which there are even theories where it's like the relativity of time or whatever, like Interstellar. Interstellar, where the whole idea of like God's time is so much different.
Yeah.
Where if a week for him saying, day 1 I did this, day 2 I did this, day 3 I did this. For us, it was just.
Yeah, like you've seen the time calendar where they're like,
or
if
it's
all
millions
of time,
and millions of years in a day or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Other way around.
Yeah.
where they're saying like all of time is on like a 365 calendar. Like if all of time was, then we're on like the last hour of the last day.
Yeah, the last second of the last day.
Yeah, like if all the time ever existed.
Yeah.
Which I mean, if it keeps going on forever,
But it's like when
that'll
you start
eventually
time.
will be November or something. Yeah.
Yeah. You know?
I don't know. And then like there's also a theory that even if the Big Bang is real, what if time was on an infinite loop where every so often a Big Bang happens and then it seems like everything resets, but it's not resetting. It's just like, so with from my knowledge of this theory, like what I'm about to say is true to what we know about science. So eventually everything in the universe will run out of energy regardless. I think it's like 11 billion years or trillion years from now, like everything will go dead black, silent, everything. It'll be like whatever. And then what if at that point a Big Bang just happens because it collapses in on itself and then recreates, and that just loops for whatever. Like even the theory of time, like we call time, like this is 1 hour, we're 47 minutes into this. What even is time? They still don't know that.
See, my thing with that.
Think about that.
What?
Time.
Yeah. I got it.
We don't even know what time is. We just know
It's just
like
for us.
this is happening.
It's the only reason
We've only been able to study what we can see.
And then why do we
entirety.
even call it what we call it? 60
but
seconds is 1 minute. Why is everything 60? And then it's 24, and then past that it's 7, and then past that it's like 28, 30, whatever. And then there's 12 months, but really it should be like 28 days per month or 30. Yeah. And then there's extra days left over.
Yeah. I mean, but there's
What the
history
fuck?
of different calendars and all different kinds of stuff of how, days were tracked and they were different. They weren't 24 hours and all that kind of stuff. It was, it's changed.
Here's a cool question. If you could change something, like you say it to be done, and it is now done for the rest of time, and it's like maybe science or time or like space related, what would you change? I might be wasting mine, but this one's really pissing me off. The whole daylight savings time. Pick a time and stay with that shit for the rest of the fucking time. Stop.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to wake up and then all of a sudden, it's still dark for like 3 more hours and I'm at work.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Who is that for? If it's for farmers, y'all move to one spot and y'all run your own clock.
Yeah.
Y'all stay on that clock. Stop fucking with our clocks. Y'all are farmers. You're not in these fucking situations we're in.
I think
that shit pisses me off, dude.
I think they're like on the way out with that stuff anyway.
Farmers.
Like I think that not
Yeah,
farmers.
we're running out of cows.
They're gone.
We're running out of cows, dude.
McDonald's is done.
The cows.
Everything's fucked.
Dude, we're coming undone.
McDonald's
as a
is gone.
society.
No, I think that they're trying to do away with that stuff though, just because it's like it's a nuisance at this point.
The clock
You know what I
thing,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it really had steam last year, and I really thought it wasn't going to
I
happen.
thought there were
and
some
then
petitions and shit.
And then I woke up at 5:30 this morning, and the sun's out.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know, man.
I'd want to go back to when they were, back when they were 13 months, like this is hundreds of years ago, but 13 months and every month had 28 days, and Q1 or the beginning of the year was actually spring,
Yeah.
and then like it all actually made sense.
Yeah, if we could go, that was my like 1B. If my 1A was like the farmers fucking with our clocks, my 1B was going to be like, let's make our months solid ass numbers.
Yeah.
Not like this. And don't give me no fucking leap year. Leap that
I
shit
don't
back into
understand
normal.
That doesn't make any sense.
What is the leap year?
It's because they switched it and they were like, instead of trying to go back to the problem and fix it, let's just keep adding things on.
Every 4
Yeah.
years, I'm going to throw
Now
a
we have
day
a
in
leap
here.
year.
This is what I think. If the leap year really existed, then people born on leap year day, you should age different than us.
I know someone who says they're 8 years old.
You should be 4 years old 16 years from now.
I know someone who goes by that.
Yeah, I have a friend that was born.
Yeah,
on
but
leap year.
they're...
But every time their birthday comes around, they're like, I'm 4.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. No, you're not.
And then I can't hang out with you for like till I'm 70.
Till I'm 70 years old.
Yeah, because
bro.
I age like a regular human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, time still hits him the same.
Time didn't get the memo.
Time don't know. Time don't stop.
Time's like, that's crazy. You
That
doing
shit
that.
keep on running, dude.
Yeah, you keep believing that, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit your ass.
Yeah. I mean,
You gonna die.
Okay, so me
they
and
look it.
me and him. What do you got?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know enough about time or like can get my headspace into that to like understand it enough to make a change.
You know what would be-
I would give it to somebody else.
Change
Somebody else who
anything.
knows.
Okay, I'm
what's
gonna
going
take yours.
on.
I'm gonna take yours.
Not who I meant. Somebody totally different who actually understands it. Maybe.
It'd be cool, like if you at work, how you collect vacation time. You could.
This is
Do
the
you agree?
thing. See,
that
this
what
is the thing. Is that yours are all about me and my problems. I'm thinking about the entire generation of all the people and the people to come forever.
I am.
No, you're not.
Listen,
No.
you didn't even hear my full theory.
Listen, dude. In like 15 years, no, it's gonna be way different. I was on one in the middle of that, but
I mean, you're still on one.
no, I just think that you're thinking about specifically stuff right now, but time as a whole, forever.
Yes.
Changing something. The change you make right now isn't going to affect anything or anybody in 15 years.
Yeah, but you're not understanding my theory. My theory, what I'm saying is these changes are permanent for
you.
No. It changes the history of everything.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Right.
So my theory is it would be cool, like all the time we spend on Earth, somehow we gather time like you occur time at work. And with that time, you can add that on to the end of your life. Everyone. So say.
But that's what I'm saying is that there won't be work.
What are you talking about? Work?
When like
What?
people die off and
Yeah.
yeah, you're talking about work.
No, I'm not.
What were you? What did
said
you just
like
say?
work.
Okay.
Like say I'm alive for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
If say you work,
So work.
I'm using work as an example because this doesn't fucking exist.
Okay.
So do you understand how to clock in and clock out hours? Like you get shit on your paycheck. You're like, yo, you acquired 7 hours of vacation time, 4 hours of sick.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So say you were alive for a week. Well, now you have acquired 7 extra hours of life at the end of your life because you were alive for 1 week.
So just by being alive, you're talking
Yes.
about accruing extra.
This has nothing to do
lifetime
with
hours?
work. Yes, this is just like, yo, you survived another week. We're gonna give you a little on the extra.
Who's determining that?
But would you really want that though?
You being alive is determining that, or whoever adjusts.
How do we
time.
know that's not happening right now?
It's not?
How do we know though?
I just made this up, dude.
We don't know.
Maybe
I
you
could
just
already
discovered
have a death date, but because
yeah,
I
it's
live
soon,
to that, I get an
I
extra
see how
month
you
and
live,
a half.
dog.
No, but that's
You're
what I'm
risking
saying.
life.
But you see what I'm saying?
Don't-
Nobody knows. Nobody fucking knows.
That's
so
right.
it could
So
be
how do you
happening right
know?
now. I don't. But
So
you
how
don't
are you
either,
saying I don't?
Because I don't. So you can't.
Okay, but you're saying my thing can't exist.
I'm saying it can't exist right now.
But you don't know. You just said nobody knows.
Yeah. So, but you don't know.
So
it's
you don't
not
know either.
But you don't know it's not
But
existing
you
right
don't
now
know
and happening,
either, dude.
So what the fuck is the point of it?
I don't
it
know.
doesn't.
Put your
It's not going to
seatbelts on.
change.
We're going
It's
for
not
a
going
ride.
to change anything. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. That doesn't change nothing.
Yes, but He's just a hater.
Do you understand what
Look,
I'm saying?
you
It wouldn't
gave up
change
your vote,
anything.
brother.
It wouldn't change anything.
You gave up your wish, your thing. You didn't want it.
And this is exactly why you shouldn't have gotten mine, because of dumb shit like that.
Well, that's you
Look.
fucked up.
Look, give me yours. Watch this.
Yes, go ahead.
Give me yours.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Take 1 millisecond off the second.
He's gonna be like,
and
you
just
clock in.
Take 1 millisecond off the second, and just be the ultimate troll.
Wow.
So now a second is 0.9 milliseconds.
Is it 0.9 milli?
What?
And then just watch what happens.
I don't know how many milliseconds are in a second. Is it
10.
10?
Yeah.
10 milliseconds in a second?
I thought milli would have meant like it's like
No, I think it's like
100,
1,000.
right? Or 1,000.
Well, then
or a
take-
million.
Then take,
Milla?
Hold on, let me
just take
Google.
1 millisecond away from
He goes,
the
oh,
second.
fuck. I fucked up.
Cows. 1 millisecond away from the second. No matter what it is.
1,000 milliseconds.
Oh,
per
you know what'd
second.
be fun if you could really like fuck with relativity and time is throw the audio off of everything by a millisecond.
I would.
Oh,
You'd be like,
God.
I
That's crazy, dude.
dude, watching something with the audio just barely off. Oh my,
That's
God.
insane.
That is true
Dude,
torture.
So I watched a video the other day. I was watching a golf video.
Oh,
And and it messed me up the same way that does. There was a dude who was wearing a pinstripe shirt, but the striping was so close together that you look like in the video. I was watching the video, and it looked like his shirt was like fuzzy
Yeah.
Oh,
because of the
yeah.
way it was filmed. And I was like, I can't. I could not finish the video because every time he would get on the screen, it would be like I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
Do
It
you want to know
messed me
something
up.
that's gonna screw with you about video and audio?
he starts off setting his own audio. He's like,
It's never actually on.
Correct.
Yeah.
For it to look like it's proper, you always put the audio a little later because technically you're seeing my mouth move before you hear me. So when you edit, you're supposed to put the audio like half a frame to a frame later so that it seems like it's on, but it's
Whoa.
not on.
Because
Dude,
light
you
travels
know-
faster than sound.
we're kind of getting into some shit here.
We're getting a little deep. Because I'm not even. I think this is. No, never mind. Go ahead.
Because like to do the Interstellar thing too about audio. Have you ever been at a concert where it's like way too many people and you couldn't afford to get close?
Every time I go to a concert.
Yeah, but I was about to say
Yeah.
every concert I've ever been to. Actually.
Well, no, because you go to artists that sometimes have a smaller crowd, so you're able to be a little
yeah,
closer.
yeah.
But like I'm talking like Corn or
Drake.
you're
Yeah.
like fucking way back.
Yeah.
To watch them, they're not doing the thing you're now hearing.
Yeah.
They're like 5 steps ahead of that, and you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
oh fuck! Like you see the fire go off, and then you don't really hear it for a second, and
Yeah.
you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
we're poor.
That's all I think about. I don't think about light being faster than sound. I just think, man, I'm broke. Yeah.
Like the time that
get
oh
really
fuck, I
deep
can't get
into
that.
that.
back.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, I don't really get deep into the
Yeah, that stuff messes
light
with me, bro.
versus- Yeah, it's crazy, dude. So what's your thoughts on what's your thoughts on going to the moon? Not a thing? Didn't happen? Not a believer?
I don't think we did.
Really?
I don't think we did.
See, you're on the behind the scenes of like how things can be done production wise.
Yeah.
What do you see that you're like? This is a clear indication because I assume having this opinion, you've looked into some of the footage and some of the
Yeah. I've looked into a few things now just to set myself up so that I'm not like completely screwing myself over. I am more in belief that we didn't go to the moon than we did. Obviously, I don't 100% think we didn't. I just lean more this way.
Yeah.
Because there was a leak that got out where in one of the NASA headquarters, they have a place where they film things, and where they film things is a green screen, and they also have like a pool area for practicing because how you move in a pool is equivalent to the lack of gravity or whatever. So with that on hand, it would make sense that they could possibly easily stage something to film. And then also, who was it that he was talking to
Neil
when he
Armstrong?
said, or not Neil Armstrong, the president at the time.
Oh,
Was
wasn't it RFK?
RFK?
Not RFK. Oh,
I don't think so.
60s.
Kennedy. Wasn't it?
Or was it,
JFK.
JFK.
when was Nixon?
I thought it was Nixon.
Maybe it was Nixon. It was 69, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know who the president was there, but yeah.
How did he get a phone call into space?
How'd they get?
Oh, I like how you did that.
How'd they
Like
get?
that?
You did that to us like we're idiots.
No.
The way you did it.
How'd he get a phone call? Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on a minute. It doesn't matter who the president is. How did they get a phone call?
Why figure that out?
You know what he just did to us? He just did. How'd I get your nose? He just fucking.
Damn, dude.
He did that. He does, dude.
No.
That's,
He goes.
like how I asked.
He just the look on your face.
It
you go,
was Nixon.
How'd I get a telephone call? He just.
How in the world
It's just
could
like.
they have gotten a phone call out there?
Oh, bro, the way you.
Well,
like,
also they had live video feed. Like they had live video.
That, like all that.
You're saying, like, how could you figure it out before you've ever done it the first time? Because how would you even know that it would be able to come back?
Well, I mean,
The telephone,
I
I
think
think,
these are
is the
things-
more important point than the video, because it's like, can't you, like, transmit a video, but, like, the telephone, I don't know if our, like...
I feel like you can just transmit
Because
the
at the
audio.
time,
Maybe.
Same way you do
at
the
the time,
video.
everything was like landline. Everything was.
Yeah, man, they didn't have color back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when they did, like, news back then, they still did the transmitting
Live.
of the video live, but, like, they
Yeah.
never did telephone off Earth.
Yeah.
So that, to me, seems... And, again, not a
Well, they
scientist,
never
but
did
that
video
seems...
off Earth either.
Yeah, but you could do video on like helicopters and like planes and stuff. So you're
they did
technically
audio.
off of the ground and not corded.
Yeah, but they did audio and helicopters and stuff too.
Yeah, but they never did phone calls, did they? I don't know. I'm
I
asking.
would imagine.
I've
yeah.
also seen a more recent video of like, they like connected a bunch of cameras to one of the space shuttles, ISS, something that went up there, and there was literally a clip of a rat running across the outside of it.
Wow.
a rat running across the outside of the ISS. No,
If you look at it on
there's no
YouTube,
fucking way.
What is it called?
Nah.
just look up rat running across space station or
Dude.
rat in space or
But
something.
here's my
I'm
thing
gonna be
though,
honest with
is
you.
at this point, how do you know it's not AI?
This was
Running across ISS.
this was before, or at least before consumer AI came out.
Look at the rat in space.
That's it? The
Here we
first
go.
video?
Yeah.
There he is.
What?
Where?
Wait,
I mean, I
is
saw
this
it,
the
but-
video? Hold on. I don't
What
think
is
that's
that?
it. I don't think that's the one.
This.
That's Taiwan.
It says a closer
I
look
guess.
at the rat in space.
Rat chases woman at New York City Marathon. 150 million views. Golly.
Maybe that was the one.
Mice aboard the International Space Station. Looks like they took them up there, dude.
Well, yeah,
But
they
could
be doing,
they survive out there?
They be
Just
doing.
blew up all your shit
well,
right
humans
there.
can.
I'm gonna be honest though. This is not how I imagined your
No,
argument
me
to go.
neither.
I thought you were gonna say.
No, me either.
Y'all threw me off.
He said, "How did I get a phone call to space?"
Okay, that would still legit.
I really thought you were gonna go with the double shadow thing, because there's a thing where there's a rock, but it has a shadow cast from like the pole of the flag, and then a separate shadow from a different angle. So there's shadows that would technically connect, but normally when you have a light, all the shadow is all pointing in one direction, not like this.
Yeah.
That is like one of the most damning pieces of evidence, because how could you do that? Because they're saying like there should have been light from just the sun out there.
Yeah.
You know, because you're getting
Yeah.
all of that. But then there was it seemingly seemed like there was like production camera light coming from like them looking at the camera.
Well, I feel like I don't know. I feel like shadows and stuff like that. If they're doing production, that's something they're not going to mess up.
The
You know what I mean?
landing is real.
Yeah.
But also, did the I don't know. Did the
I didn't even look up
goodness
what I
gracious.
asked.
Did the lunar rover, the landing module, have lights on the exterior for landing? You know what I mean?
That's a
to
good
know
question.
where
I don't
it's
know.
because I mean, who knows? Or it's got a flash or a light on the camera. You know?
You're saying to make sure that it just didn't slam into the moon?
Well, yeah, to know where they're at, and then I imagine they just probably left them on.
I love how
you know?
different all of our thought processes are, because for me, I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking like it's kind of like how a backup camera beeps when you're getting too close to something. whatever that kind of technology is how it's figuring out it's getting close. It's probably shooting like not bursters or
Pressure.
but it's probably shooting thing like why can I not think of the words? Thrusters or whatever.
Yeah,
and then the closer it gets to the thing, and then it's starting to have the reverb of that, and then it's like, oh, I don't have the reverb as hard. I don't know.
I don't have to reverb as hard.
Yeah.
I don't even know if
I like
reverb's
that,
the right
I like
word.
that quote.
Some garage band on
Lunar
there.
landing fake. Also,
Question mark?
why is it called lunar?
What's the moon landing fake?
Oh, they're doing
The
it.
moon landing hoax.
But
Clocks.
so right there. Ah, fuck! It was the opening thing. I'll show you.
Oh yeah.
So see, all the
Cody's
shows are
Cody.
casting this way,
Cody's
but that
not on
broadcast
though.
one casting this way, and they're saying that's like the most damning evidence
Yeah.
in like the history of this.
There's a rock in this picture that has a different shadow.
Yeah, like it's. I'm sweating. I'm so hyped about this. Is my back wet?
No.
It feels soaked, but they're like that's the shit I've heard, and then I think it's like the flag shouldn't technically move at all, and there's like evidence that it moves a little bit.
Yeah.
I've also heard that's like damning evidence that it couldn't be real and that it had to be reenacted. But then I've also heard that there's like ex people from this exact moment in time that were a part of it and was like, hey, we did actually have footage. It got like fucked up in like radiation or something trying to bring it back. Something got messed up, like our audio of the last podcast, maybe even.
Radiation.
And they're like, we had to reenact some of it.
Speaking of radiation, y'all want to talk about Chernobyl or what, dude?
Yeah, go ahead. Have you heard about
I
this?
don't know much.
Dude,
He's
a Chernobyl head. They call
Okay.
him Knobby Head or whatever.
So there,
Oh, that sounds-
have you seen the what Navi
No,
head?
I forgot,
Sick.
I don't know.
Have you seen the show, the miniseries at all? Or no?
By the way, I don't think anybody has seen that show. I think you're the guy. Not that it's a bad show.
It
I'm
is
sure
the-
it's good.
No, it's the best. I mean, it is actually the
I'm
best
assuming John has seen it.
miniseries I've ever
Oh,
seen.
for sure.
He's seen it.
But it's on HBO, and it's like a 6-part documentary kind of series. It's not a documentary, but it's like a reenactment of everything.
Yeah, you really threw me off.
Yeah, when I
because when
said
I watched
doc.
the trailer, I was like,
Yeah, no. They made it in like 2019, but it goes through like the couple hours before, the disaster happened.
do you even know what Chernobyl is?
I
Because you might need to say a little more
have all
than
the
the
images
3
in
hours.
my head of
The-
the area that is radiated now, and you can't go in there anymore.
Yeah.
Because
It was a nuclear facility.
Okay,
They were
yeah.
creating power for Ukraine and Russia there.
Okay,
And this
yeah.
was in the middle of the Cold War.
Big
right?
Russia guy over here.
Yeah.
Pro-Russia, like anti-America.
Oh, got it.
Whoa.
Comments
Did
are
not have, yeah.
Comments are going
The
crazy.
audio on this one's going to get fucked up too after
Yeah.
you saying that. But yeah, so this is the middle of the Cold War too, right? So like there's this iron curtain, nobody's talking between anybody. Russia and the US are not homies, and so Russia is like starting these nuclear facilities to create energy and all this kind of stuff, and they say they're the baddest, on the planet, and they make the best energy and nothing ever goes wrong with them.
Weird way.
Well,
The best energy? It was like,
well,
energy's
yeah, that's
energy.
Russia's the biggest and the baddest at everything. That's what they tell everybody. But one of the reactors had a meltdown one night when they were trying to do a test on one of them, and like basically blew up the core, spraying uranium and all this stuff all over the place. That
This is
was
what killed
releasing so
Superman.
much. Yeah, which was releasing. This is what created Superman.
Oh.
Created so much nuclear
Conspiracy.
fallout that it's like nobody can live within 1,000 miles for 150,000 years. Or whatever it is.
Imagine being the person that got a house on Zillow 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
Exactly on the edge. It's like, look, we got you a really good deal. Here's the thing, though.
Good deal. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Here's your
Technically,
here's your
technically
nuclear
you're out.
your nuclear reactor.
You're safe, actually, right here. Don't
Yeah,
walk over this
disclosure.
line,
Your
though.
backyard.
Yeah. Here's
Yeah,
your
wouldn't go out
Chernobyl
there.
disclosure. Yeah, but the show they did, it was 2019 or 2020 they made it, and it goes through all that stuff and like how they tried to hide it, and the people that were, because the whole time they're trying to tell scientists and stuff that are telling them, hey, dude, like something is wrong, like everything exploded, and for days the people who were running the facility were like, no, that's not possible. the core can't explode. There's no way it can. And they're like, but there's this and there's this and there's this, and the radiation is this high, and the core has exploded. And they're like, no, it can't. It cannot explode. So for days, they didn't do anything about it because they were like, yeah, it didn't happen. And Russia,
they're all like, "Hey, it actually." I think they're onto us.
Yeah. And Russia, for like, I mean, even to this day, there's been thousands and thousands of people, millions of people that have been affected by it with birth defects and cancer and died from all this kind of stuff. And Russia to this day only states that 31 people died from the entire thing. To like even now, they say that's all the fallout from that entire thing.
They did like the reverse thing of what we did for COVID.
Yeah,
they're like 1 million people.
Yeah, they drastically reduced the numbers, but it's really, I mean, it's like, it's so well made, but it's cool to see what all, you know, the
radiation,
the USSR did. The USSR did to cover some of that shit up. But yeah, if you need to watch
this is the thing. I'm sure HBO killed it, and I can't wait to watch it. But I can't remember if it's Netflix, Hulu, or maybe Prime. Somebody did a documentary series. Like,
I think it's Prime, yeah.
It's like a 3-episode one, and I can't wait to watch that. Then I'll watch that, because then I'll have more context of what each scene really will be talking about.
No, you should just watch the HBO one. Don't worry about
I've tried watching shows where it's like, I tried doing the Melendez Brothers Netflix show, but I was watching it, and it was like they were trying to make everything gay. And I was like, all right, we get it. Maybe they were gay, or maybe they got gay influenced or whatever, whatever. But go into the depths of like the killings and stuff. Yeah. And it's like they kept going, hey, look, like, might have been mad at dad, but look at this dick. And I'm like, dude, I get it. Dicks are nice. But let's go back to the kill.
Cool dick. Speaking of, Chernobyl has a couple dicks in there too. I throw a couple peni in there.
Not sold yet.
If you weren't into it before,
I'm like, maybe could have caught me at a different time. I would have been into it.
There's some Russian pee in there, dude. You gotta check it out. A little different.
What's that like?
It's different.
They look like submarines, dude.
Different, dude.
Yeah. They got little windows on the side of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, I'd rather just watch the documentary. It ruined me on like trying to watch the show, because I was like, I know there's a thing that's going to tell me the exact truth, and I want to watch that, or maybe like a skewed version of the truth, but still a lot of real facts. So I want to watch the real facts thing, and then I want to watch the thing that makes it like fluffed up.
I think it'll just ruin it for you.
I don't think so,
because
the show you're talking about has some really, really good actors in it.
Oh yeah.
So that's like got me like, let me get the real facts and then see how they like cut the corners. Like The Rock is coming out with a Smashing Machine, which is a Mark Kerr documentation on his life, but it's like a biopic kind of thing. And it's like, I've saw the Smashing Machine documentary, so I'm gonna know what's real and what's fake. And what they like dramatized. So I'm excited to see it. Like, there's been a few of those. Like, A24 is doing things more than just like horror now. Have you noticed that? Yeah. Like, they did the Ironheart thing with the wrestling family from Texas.
I didn't see that.
The Von Erichs.
Okay.
Where it's like 4 or 5 of the sons died and 1 lived.
Yeah.
But it's like, that was more sad than it was like, I mean, it had zero horror in it. Yeah. But I was like, oh, that's cool. But they were like really known for horror. Yeah. Kind of like if Blumhouse came out with like a nice movie, you'd be like, what?
Comedy.
You'd be sitting there the whole time like, oh, so that girl's going to kill him, right?
Something's about to go bad.
Yeah, it's like you watch the whole movie and you're like, but for sure, right? But why is there credits?
There's got to be a second one.
It's over?
Guys, don't leave yet.
Yeah.
There's going to be a cutscene, I promise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Dude, we've spent this whole podcast and not even fucking talked about it, but like, bro, you've done big things since you were last on here. 3 years, a lot has happened.
If not more, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You seem really excited about it. Never mind.
I know.
Anyways, fucking movies, dude.
It's good. It's like, it's been a lot of transitioning, because I've done some cool stuff within like the film industry, but the film industry is dying. Like, it's definitely, the film industry as we know it is definitely going away.
What is changing, like, for us people that are not in it?
So what used to be high budget, like for you to be able to do CGI and animation, you'd have to pay top dollar. Box office is where all the money was coming in. Everyone was going to the movies. And then streaming services came in. So now the way at which you give your film makes money is now through a different process rather than just straight income off of the box office. Now it's through streaming. It's through getting sponsors and all this stuff. And now, through the use of AI, CGI is getting cheap. Like, I had a buddy of mine who was over in LA, and they were driving by the Warner Bros. Studio, and there were like 12 cars in the parking lot because they're laying off. Disney apparently is moving. Like, the Disney film studio apparently is getting out of LA. They're going somewhere else. Like, film industry is downsizing. The union itself, they're like...
Yeah, that's wild.
like there's a lot of people who are leaving the union and having to do what I did, which was start from scratch, learning everything myself, and then trying to learn how to bring more people in and grow. Because most people in the union, they started within a team and they learned their position. They started to learn, like, going up the ladder.
Yeah.
I had to learn everything from scratch, and now I'm trying to be like, okay, I'm not good at this. Let me find this person. I'm not good at this. Let me find this person. So I've been able to work with some pretty cool people. Do y'all watch Survivor?
Yeah, Rob.
I worked with Rob, and
Fucking
he's like
crazy.
He's super chill. He's like literally feels like I'm just talking to my dad. Like we show up, and he's super chill. Exactly how he acts on Survivor and the Traitors and stuff is 100% legit. A lot of the shows try to paint him out to be the bad guy when he's just
really good at the game.
He's just really good at the game, and he doesn't have any other face than his. Like,
I think what's always appealed to me about him is like he isn't there to make friends. If you make friends, cool. Yeah. But it's like he's a mastermind at these fucking games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He just is better at it than you are, and he figured it out faster than you did.
Yeah.
So why does that make him a bad person? It's for TV ratings, for sure. Yeah. But it's like, just from like a viewer point of view, I think what the future, and it's more popular now than ever, but it's like investing in people. Like you watch the Breezy Golf. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Bob Does Sports.
Bob Does Sports. So Bob Does Sports, it's like you're investing in the individuals. You can't like outsource somebody. Like if people really love Hilton, there's only one of him. You can't CGI or like maybe you can make like a bad version. Like visually you'd know something's off, but like he's him. Like that's why people love him, right?
Yeah.
That I think is the future, is like what David Dobrik, and I get it, some shitty things happen with him, but like that's what he was so on about, is like he figured out something and it just and he could keep going if he wanted to. But it's like I think that's the difference with the movies, and I know he loves Tom Cruise, and I'm really starting to believe this now that I'm looking into it and really thinking about it recently. He might be the last fucking movie star. Him and Leo, like those might be the last two guys.
You forgot Nicolas Cage.
My bad. He was actually in The Flash as Superman.
Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. See? Did you know he was a Superman at one point?
I did not know that.
Dude, we'll talk. But like,
did you know he's coming out with a Madden movie? Have you seen that?
Yes, I heard that. I think Shane Gillis is in it.
Yeah, and there's somebody. There's another big actor who's playing.
Bro,
that guy's funny.
What's his name?
Dude, did you see the new cast for Frankenstein on Netflix? Bro, it's the dude that plays Moon Knight. I can never remember that dude's fucking name. He was in Her, or in Ex Machina. He's the main guy, the rich guy. Fuck, y'all know that is like Oscar Isaac or something like that.
I don't even know what you just said.
You know who this guy is. When you see him, you'll be like, dude, that's sick. The Frankenstein guy is the dude from Saltburn, the tall guy. The little guy wanted to eat his cum out of the toilet.
Okay.
You remember this?
No.
You didn't watch Saltburn?
Oscar Isaac.
Let me see him.
This is the guy that is going to be like Dr. Frankenstein.
Oh.
But like, also pull up the tall cum guy.
Google that. Tall cum guy.
What am I looking up?
Saltburn main character. He was like the love interest. He wasn't the main character. The
Short
Egan
guy, right?
was the main character.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the actual Frankenstein kid.
Jacob.
Yes.
Jacob Elordi.
He will be Frankenstein. And then they have...
Wasn't he in that Euphoria?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I couldn't remember the other thing he was known for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he was more known for Euphoria there for a minute, but then, like, all these other movies started popping off.
Yeah. Well, I know Saltburn did a lot for him, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, movie stars are few and far between now. It's like, name a new movie star where you're going to the movie because that person's in that movie.
Sydney Sweeney.
John Krasinski.
Two
All right.
good ones.
Hey, guess what?
I get
Two
you.
good
Hold on, let me
ones.
just give you one word. Horny.
No, I'm just saying, movie star. That's what I gave you,
That's
dude.
not true. You'll never go to a Sydney Sweeney movie because she's in the movie.
Yeah.
Because
I will.
just she's in the movie?
Yeah.
What if it's about
She's
fucking...
a movie star. What do
Didn't
you want from me?
understand
Did you
this
ask the
one.
question? I gave you an answer.
I definitely.
Tom Cruise is a movie star. You'll go to
Yeah.
any movie because he's in it. Leonardo DiCaprio, that. Robert De Niro at one point was that.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington was that. They're not those things anymore.
Adam
Like
Sandler.
now, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
Comedy is going to stick.
what
around
is
a
the
little bit
fucking one
longer.
where he's him and he's a girl? I wouldn't. Missy or something like that.
Oh.
Or some-
That's a weird
It's like
one.
you
isn't
wouldn't
it?
go to the theater to see these.
Yeah.
No, a lot of times you just say, "I'll wait for it to come out."
Yeah, like name
street
another
streaming.
movie star. It's hard. I can't think of
Glenn
like
Powell.
Colin Powell,
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
No.
From Top Gun.
Do you see how many times I had to figure out his name?
And
He's not
he's
it,
in, Twisters or whatever it is.
No,
And the
I
other
get it.
guy
I
that's
love
in-
him.
The other guy that's
Yeah.
in.
I love him.
What's his name? Rooster from Top Gun.
Rooster. Val Kilmer.
No. Goose's son.
I don't.
He's
remember
in,
the new one, to be honest.
He's in a bunch of shit. I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Oh, you could see. You could arguably.
Miles Teller.
So we're like we're looking at like little baby movie stars. Like we'll see.
Compared to Tom Cruise, yeah, it's like Tom Cruise. There could be someone.
Dude,
who's-
hey, one of the
I
last
think
big
that's
ones.
very like
We're talking, but it's a different era when they came out. Jim Carrey.
yeah.
Dude, in 1 year, Tom Hanks. In one
Yeah.
year, he dropped The Mask, he dropped Ace Ventura, and he dropped Dumb and Dumber in one calendar year.
Yeah.
Not even like 365. In, I think it was 93.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 93, not 93, 94, 93.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. Like, you can name Castaway, all these fucking insane movies. I'm the Captain, whatever that
Yeah.
movie was. Like, all these movies that you're like,
I'm the captain.
what is that movie called?
No idea.
Yeah.
Captain Phillips, I think. Isn't that
Okay.
what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, these are guys, I cannot name a new, maybe that Jacob Elordi. Oh, the dude that did the Elvis. He might be,
Austin Butler.
he might,
but I mean,
arguable,
that's the thing is that
become one.
But that's the thing is like Tom Cruise wasn't that level of movie star he is now until
Yes.
now because of all the great movies he's done. So like these guys aren't going to be movie stars until they put out
That's a
15 or
great
20
point. That's a
great
great point.
movies.
That is a great point. But
So-
I think the reason why I don't feel like it'll ever get there is because it's like movies isn't what it used to be.
But also,
To your point.
yeah, I don't think they'll have the opportunity.
Yeah.
The ones who are already getting there may, but like anyone who's slightly new, but they have that name, the ones we're talking about that could grow, I don't think there's enough incentive to
Yeah.
create movies anymore because how much easier is it to have a personal brand
Yeah.
and make the same amount of money
See,
as one of them?
Yeah.
Like that's one of the transitions that I was talking about is filming for Rob and stuff, but like I've gone in a sense very heavy personal brand. Like I flipped over to YouTube,
Yeah.
and YouTube is where
I was about to ask you,
Your
do
content
you think
is
that
nice.
do you think that movies will become a dive or jumping
Niche.
platform to get to YouTube? Like do you see it? You know how some people I mean traditionally it's like you do if you do your own content, you're trying to build that up
Yeah.
and audition, and then you're trying to get into movies, right?
Yeah.
But like, do you think it's gonna reverse to the point where like people are doing movies to get a big name or whatever, or to build up, and then make their own content, you know, and like
That's a
become
good-
YouTube
I think-
sensations or whatever?
I think it'd be hard to do it because like how would you
Budget.
budget, and it's also like it's free to record your journey there. Versus trying to make it with no name and then go from there.
Well, but like if you look at some, and this is taking a complete different turn, but like Bryson DeChambeau, who is a live golf player,
Okay.
right? Started in the PGA Tour, won some tournaments there, went to live, made a whole bunch of money going to live, and then basically turned everything around and kind of became like the people's champ. And was doing YouTube at the time. Now his YouTube is like the second largest golf YouTube on the internet because of that.
But I think it's because people fall into that. They don't realize that there's a pathway there, and then they're like, "Oh shit, this exists this way." I don't think people will set up like, "Yo, I'm gonna become big in whatever this is, and then I'm gonna go into YouTube." I think people are like big in that, and then somebody's like, "Hey, you should start a YouTube."
Yeah, I mean,
or
I
you
think
should
now,
start a podcast, or
but
you
I'm
should
saying
start this.
in the future, is that going to be the pathway to do that? You know what I mean?
I think everything can be televised in the future. Like everybody's gonna have everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, technically, we all have YouTubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
I think it's because everything is going to go streaming, obviously. Even right now, YouTube TV is more valuable than YouTube itself. So if somebody were to be watching this on YouTube TV, that's going to become more valuable than someone on their phone. Because if you're on YouTube TV, you're sitting back and you're watching for entertainment. If you're on your phone or your computer, more than likely you're doing it to learn something, or you're doing it to try to pass time or something like that. I think right now, all these people with big names, it's funny that all these people with big names through the film industry are now getting heavy on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because all their managers are like, hey,
They either did that
Get
or,
here,
or they
So
like
you really
are
think
retiring.
it's just gonna like the whole thing is just
storytelling is never going to go away. Storytelling has been from day one, and it's going to go
Yeah.
all the way to the end. The method of storytelling is forever going to change.
yeah.
So we went
Damn, that's
from
a good point.
we went from audio to visual to movies. So now we had the big budget movies, but now it's always going to depend on where the audience's attention is,
Yeah.
because everyone's attention is on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Bro.
Right.
The audience determines the way the story is told.
The medium.
So the media is always going to determine that. All the money is now going into YouTube and
This is such a
Yeah.
good point. Like, literally, there's a documentary called The Tylenol Murders, I think, on Netflix right now. Netflix documentaries have a chokehold on me, right? But I've been, like, locked in on this, like, scary camping thing, YouTube thing. It's called Whispering Woods or something like that. And they're 30-minute videos, and they're like within the 30 minutes, there's like 5-6 stories, and it's all real footage. And it's like he's not at all trying to say it's paranormal, and more often than not, it's like people messing with campers. But it's like you never know, and it's like kind of scary. It's like or Whispering Woods or something like that.
Yeah.
And I cannot stop watching these videos. And I love Netflix documentaries. Like, I will rep them till the end. But I thought about it, and I'm like, why can I not? Knowing there's a fresh, like, well-crafted Netflix documentary, it's because of how quick it is.
Yeah.
It's like you'll watch it, and within your 30 minutes, you get 6 different things.
Yeah.
And they're on to the next thing, and it's like they're not wasting too much time. Even if within it, you're like, this is a lot of footage of nothing happening, but then something happens, and then you're like, that was well worth it. It's that. It's like the quickness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Which
it's the
span.
instant gratification over delayed.
yeah, and you can just relay it to someone. It's like you watched that Chernobyl thing, which I assume took like probably 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
But I can watch one crazy 30-minute camp video and tell you like, yo,
Chernobyl worth
fucking,
it though.
I'm sure it's worth it. And it's like, but the thing is, like, the distraction of the other thing being so quick.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to invest that. And if you would have invited me, I probably would have watched it with you. You fucking suck. but it's
I don't
fine.
remember getting an invite to any of these documentaries you watch.
Brother, I'll be naked in my bed in about 30 minutes from now.
Shoot.
Slide through,
We getting
dog.
jets, bro. What's up?
Bro, stop saying that word around me,
Dude,
dude.
last time we had a podcast, we were talking about pizza, and like we got done with the podcast. I'm sitting on the couch like watching something, and then like 30 minutes later, there's a knock on the door, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he comes out and he goes, "I had to."
Yeah,
And
it's
he turns
just like
around
we-
and it's 2 big pizzas. I was like, "Damn."
We
dog."
just talk about. I can't talk about it. Like I can't talk about it. Let's talk about something else.
Let's talk about something.
Yeah, that's
I'll change the
crazy.
topic.
But to go on a little bit about the like movie star thing is, it's tough because even the big movie stars we like I love Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn to me is probably like Nicolas Cage to you. Like I want to watch anything he's in. But it's like these dudes are like, other than Nicolas Cage, are taking a step back.
Yeah.
But Nicolas Cage says, no, I'll
Nicolas
take a
Cage
step forward.
takes all steps forward.
Yeah, like,
He only redos.
Yeah.
No undone.
No undoes.
No
dude, it's-
undoing.
No undoes. No. It's crazy, but it's like The Rock or like Tom Holland or all these people that we love. You're only going to really go to the movie for someone that you individually love. Like,
The personal brand.
yeah, so what's crazy is like Zach Galifianakis. I can't even remember the last movie he dropped. And he's such a small star, really.
Yeah.
But see, that's
But I
the
would
thing.
watch something if he was in it. But that's he's not a movie star.
Yeah.
But see,
To
that's
me,
the
it's
thing.
something I'm interested. But would you?
Zach
Just
Galifianakis,
because he's in it.
just because you said so, I really like him.
See?
So-
See,
Maybe.
but like I
But-
think but that makes everybody has different movie stars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
there
then we'll
is
say box office hits.
there is maybe a category of like, okay, these are movie stars, but everybody has their own movie stars.
Okay,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? It's kind of an
correct.
opinion.
Maybe I should say it different.
Like Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah.
I'll watch anything with him in it. You know what I mean? That's a movie star.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
shit like that. Like
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, Nicolas Cage, that kind of stuff. You know, everybody kind of has their own.
I guess I don't know if movie stars is a correct term, but like what I mean is like they are the Conor McGregor of the movie industry.
Yeah.
There's not many Conor
one.
McGregors. Yeah. That's what I'm
Tom
saying.
Cruise.
It's like
Yeah.
here's a good thing that me and him have been on, and I think this is gonna throw you through a loop. And you watch UFC?
Used to, right?
I used to watch more of it.
Hey, I don't know if we should really talk about this on the podcast. We might be on a conspiracy here, and we might need to document
My
it.
thing is that
Don't let too much out.
UFC has gone drastically downhill in the past like couple years. It like dude,
Here's a good
couple years
example.
ago,
What is the next UFC event?
Do you know the number or who's fighting?
300 something.
No clue, right?
Yeah.
We used to literally mark our calendars for fight nights or
Yeah.
not fight nights.
We'd
but
be like, "Hey, I'll buy the pay-per-view. You get the
I'll
pizza.
get pizza.
Like
we'll have
call
people
some
over. Like it used to be a thing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And over the past 2 years, I can maybe rattle off 1 or 2 fights that I've actually watched.
I know there's a person that I follow. Like, there's one person that if he fights, I'm like, he's
Who's that?
interesting.
Right?
I make it. Your audience make crap.
Is
on
it
me.
Sugar Sean? Guess what? He's fighting like next week.
No, he's fighting this weekend.
What?
Yeah.
This weekend.
See what I mean? But you see what I mean?
That's
though?
fucking wild.
It's
He's
like-
your guy, and you didn't know.
That-
that.
It's
I
like
love watching
it's
him.
insane, right? It's just
Dang it.
the fall
He's
off
literally fighting in 5 days.
from Monday, right? From today?
Today's Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah, so in like 4 days, 5 days,
Yeah.
he's fighting.
Yeah, he fights this weekend.
For a title.
See what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's falling off.
Yeah.
And it's really weird.
Look at him.
man.
It's like hitting him. He's like,
It's like,
wow.
Bro.
like we used to go every month to Twin Peaks to go watch the fights with the boys.
Yeah.
Like that was the
Yeah.
thing, and it was packed out
Yeah.
every Saturday night. Dude, if you go to watch a fight now, like you go to Ale House, there's like 12 people in there
Yeah.
watching fights.
Here's another good point for that whole thing. What normally we know, like, or we used to know every event coming, and maybe even we would be so deep that we'd know the card number and like the fight nights coming up next and where it would be. Say one remove from that, at least you're a casual. You know the biggest fight of the year is going to happen. Name the biggest fight that's going to happen that you know of. See what I'm saying? When Connor was in, you knew exactly what the biggest fight was because you knew, well, Connor's fighting Nate in October or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, at least I know that's going to be big, so I'll watch that. Name the biggest fight that is announced that we know is going to happen.
The last biggest fight that I knew of that it never happened was Chandler and McGregor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? That's never going to happen.
And it's
buddy.
not. Yeah. It didn't happen. Now I did see. I will be honest.
Oh, I saw that too.
You watch it?
I saw it.
Yeah. It looks like Tom Aspinall and John Jones might be fighting.
Whoa.
Yeah, but
Which, well, Dana has said that he's going to release, or he's going to make the announcement soon. And that I saw
I'll
this
believe
yesterday.
it when I see it.
Yeah, when the UFC account makes the announcement is when I'll believe
I
it.
feel about
But-
those two fights exactly the same. The Chandler McGregor fight, I'm like, that'll happen. Just like I feel like Tom versus John will happen.
Yeah.
Sure, that'll happen.
I think that
I'll believe it when it's announced and it's
Yeah.
like close.
I
Yeah.
think if it doesn't happen, John is going to disappear.
I mean, why not?
He's done it.
Disappear, dude. The Chael made
Oh
a
no,
really
I'm not
good
saying
point.
he does. Like, yeah, if he wants to, go ahead. But like,
Yeah.
he's not going to be able to do like. He's not going to be able to make any more money. You know, 'cause anywhere he goes, people are going to be like, "Why don't you fight Tom?" You know,
Oh,
what
I
I mean?
don't
Like
know
that's
about
just going to
that.
be
I think
constant.
they'll use him for his like likeness and stuff.
his
Yeah, it's
personal
like,
brand.
dude, this is what I think is like. If he wins and beats Tom now, then we'll always look at him like a legend. If he doesn't, we'll look at him the same way. But right now, if he doesn't, we'll look at him like, oh, you kind of sucked. You didn't do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, over time, we'll be like,
Yeah.
I mean, Anderson Silva lost and lost and lost and lost and lost and lost.
Yeah,
We still think of him as the greatest of all time
but
for that weight class.
But it also depends on what Tom does. Because if this fight doesn't happen and Tom goes on an insane run and just beats
he
the
will
brakes
not-
off anybody,
Yeah.
everybody and anybody he fights, the entire time, anytime you think of John Jones, you're going to go, man, they should have made that fight.
I agree, but also Tom will never be able to match what John did because of the way UFC, and this is a kind of a callback to the movie thing. The stars that were in the UFC at the time, like literally name two. I'll give you one. Well, no, not one. Name three heavyweights in the UFC, not named John Jones or Tom
Holland.
Tom Aspinall.
Is
All right.
Francis?
Nope.
He's gone.
No.
Active.
Cyril gone.
Okay.
Derek Lewis.
Okay.
And Tai Tuivasa.
All right.
I don't
There's
know.
three.
I don't know them.
But like outside of that, and like maybe Sergey, like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Volk. It's not Volkanovski.
No,
I can't
it's,
remember how you pronounce his name. But he's like fucking 7 foot. Outside of those five guys, those are like the five notable dudes. Outside of that, you're fighting
Who?
guy with weird tattoo on chest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that I don't think the caliber of like stars that we used to have, 5-10 years ago in the UFC are the same as
Yeah.
now. Which I don't know, and I think that's something we've kind of talked about is what changed, like what made it so.
It needs to be the personal branding thing.
You know,
I think you could
that's
be
why
huge.
That's
if
why I know
you had a good.
Sugar Sean O'Malley because he's very good on YouTube.
But see,
Yeah.
that's the thing is back 5-10 years ago, there wasn't the connection we had with the stars, right?
Yeah.
Like Anderson didn't have an Instagram and post on Instagram all the time. He showed up to fights and showed up to pressers and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and that's all we ever got of him. But everybody loved him. You know what I mean? Like Brock Lesnar wasn't a huge Instagram guy. None of those guys were. They didn't have,
But that was part of the
content
allure is
like
that we
that.
didn't know much, and then when we got to see something, we had to like run to it and be like,
But
Yeah.
think
"I gotta
about
consume this."
the ones that were like Habib. We don't ever hear like
Well, the thing about those people, one, Habib got a little bit of rub from DC because he was on DC's content from time to time. But, like, part of the appeal to some of these people, like, Khabib did the thing Conor did, but backwards. Or the opposite, you could say. Like, he did it without, like, a lot of, like, personal shine.
yeah.
But because of his track record, you're like,
Yeah.
we gotta watch this. This is greatness.
Yeah.
Same thing with Mike Tyson when he was coming up. There wasn't a lot of like outside of like press conference footage.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's like that's what's like so menacing and like so like I gotta tune into this. Nowadays, it's like if you are captivating like Sean, you need to record more
Mm-hmm.
because it's like people are interested in you.
Yeah.
There's not like really stars that are coming out of nowhere with not a lot of recording. Like, and then some people take it to the a degree that you're like, all right, you're a little sniff your own farts. Oh, nickel.
Dagestani dudes. Like,
Yeah.
the UFC is run by Dagestan.
But
right
also,
now.
you know, it's crazy.
None of them have any kind of, social media presence.
What's funny too about that is like we're as Americans very intrigued with that, especially if they're like just they could be a sliver of funny.
Yeah.
Islam, low key hilarious.
yeah.
Like some of the brother who give him black belt.
Yeah, brother.
Who this?
Yeah,
Dude, there's so many funny things where him and DC are talking shit to each other. I just saw a video of Khabib and Islam in the corner during the Conor fight, and they did the translation, so it's like subtitles, and they're just like, brother, you broke him. Look at him.
Yeah.
Stand up. And like Conor's over in the corner and just like tired. And like Khabib is just sitting there and just like kind of talking, or Islam's talking shit to Khabib about Conor basically. And you're just like, this could have not been recorded and it would have still happened.
Yeah.
But like Conor's over there dead quiet.
They
just
weren't
being,
doing it for the cameras.
No,
yeah.
I mean, they're can't help it. The camera's gonna be right on him, but
Yeah.
he's like, brother, you fucking coked
Well,
his
and they're doing it in
ass.
a different language.
Yeah,
you
it's
know what I
like-
mean? It's like, yeah. But I don't know, man. It's weird. The UFC fall off definitely needs to be studied a little more, I think.
And I wonder, will it at all bounce? Like, is it going to be like a stock market where it'll come back up because of stars? Because all the big stars, like even Poetan, like we haven't heard from, like what's going on with him?
I think that-
Izzy,
yeah.
like the only star really from that like era, Volk, arguably, we are looking at in the next few fights he will start losing again.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to him. It's like he is old for his weight class.
Yeah.
And like good on you for winning it, but
Yeah. Well, I think that some
Ilya.
of it, I think that some of it ties back to what you're talking about is the streaming service stuff. Like this is something that I kind of looked into. Is like I think that they are like ironing out a streaming deal, or they already have one, or whatever it is. But I think they're trying to play their cards right to almost like kind of just throw out kind of not so great fights for a little bit until they're making their big,
which
debut
should be in January.
on because it's with Netflix, right?
I think that's rumored. I
Yeah.
think it has to be like solidified by summer or something.
Yeah.
I guess we're in summer.
But I
don't
think
know.
that they're kind of playing into that too. Is like they're making their way to that, and when
And-
they do make that change, they're gonna all the fights that we've wanted, they're gonna put on there.
Yeah.
You know
Maybe.
what I mean? To drive.
I believe there's something to that, but there's also something to the fact of like, even if that is the case, who are the stars?
I think it's going to be just like what movies are doing now is they're looking for the people who already have personal brands or the people who have been doing the marketing themselves.
Yeah.
And then kind of like what businesses are doing, how they're looking out to other people who already have an audience and then using their audience to their ability. That's what is going to happen. Like with all these young fighters who are learning, I need to film myself. I need to have a presence.
Yeah.
Then Dana's going to be like, I want to use your audience. I want to use
Yeah.
your audience. And those audiences are going to come into UFC. And that's what's going to make it have
Yeah.
that jump back. Is not because, it's the UFC. It's because, this
He's
guy
fighting.
that I watch or this
Yeah.
girl that I watch
Yeah.
is here.
I don't know if you've noticed this too, and I know we talk about the UFC a lot, but have you noticed that like Dana's kind of taken a step back from like advertising people himself?
Yeah.
He doesn't really talk about fights a lot much, and he's not at every press conference anymore, and he's not every post fight anymore. Like he used to be at every single one, every numbered one, and he would talk about like, a crazy performance. But now you have like John Anik running them, or you have like one-off people running them.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
I think that in a crazy world, this could make sense.
Maybe I'm hearing you.
Is that person that was at all those
Yeah.
is Connor. Connor comes in and takes Dana's. He's just the face of. Yeah, doesn't have anything to do with matchmaking or anything like that.
Yeah.
But they put Connor in a position that he's at every single press conference. He's at every post fight. He's at all that. I don't think you can wrangle Connor into that because he has to be at everything.
Yeah.
But you get somebody like that there.
Be
Hey.
a smart move.
Oh God, please no. Okay. Because have you seen him do the BKFC shit?
I don't know.
He is He's like if
Is it god
spaghetti
awful?
was on cocaine. He's
Oh,
all
damn.
over the fucking place.
All
You're
right,
like,
well, maybe not Connor
yo,
specifically.
kind of bring this shit in. He's like,
Reel him in. Yeah.
yeah, you're like over there trying to like
But I think
get
somebody,
milk all into one puddle and it's on a flat ground. You're like, oh fuck.
But I think they bring
He's
somebody
talking
like
about
that in.
he got offered a fight at Alcatraz. What?
Yeah, he needs to stay off.
Hey man, you're
the
not
blow.
in BKFC,
He needs to stay off that white girl for a little while.
dude. I mean,
But no, but I think you bring somebody like that
all
in
of
because
them.
Dana obviously is trying to kind of reel back how much he does.
true, but maybe he's on his. Maybe the next thing he signs gets the UFC to sign like the Netflix thing. Maybe that's his like. All right, y'all are good now.
He just gets
I'm out,
totally
and I'm just
along.
gonna have fun being around the sport and maybe like touch in and out. But like, I'm no longer what I was.
Yeah, I think that. But I think
Dude,
that.
look,
I think the UFC needs that Dana White persona.
Yeah,
I
I,
think
was
they
just
need
talking about
somebody like
Casey,
that.
like Casey and me did the commentary, and we were talking about this on air. But I was like, the three things because we were saying Mason is Bruce Buffer, like brothers. Hey, dude, he brought the energy, didn't he?
good,
He's
dude. He's
fucking
crazy.
insane, dude. Hey, if you
He's
thought he was,
nonstop,
if
bro.
you thought he was crazy before, I don't know if they gave him an energy drink or something before this. The
He
last
drank
one,
a Red Bull.
he
huh?
was like, he
voice,
was
he
just
was
fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
Going
ripped,
ham.
brother. But
That's awesome.
the three things the UFC can't afford to lose because it's like the staples of who they are: Dana White, Joe Rogan, and Bruce Buffer.
Yeah.
It's like those are the sounds, and like if I feel like if one of them leaves, like maybe Bruce would be the last one to leave.
Yeah.
But it's like the UFC would look so unbelievably different if it didn't have those three people.
Yeah.
I wonder if Dana White is backing up because he's putting more focus into things like what's the slap thing he came up with? Because
Slap.
that's instant
Power slap.
gratification.
Oh yeah, it is. Is it Power Slap or is it just called Slap now?
Power slap.
Because that's
They changed the name.
Well, if Power's on the name, it's really small on the logo because Slap is huge.
I think it's power slap.
well, that's
it might
like
still be.
that's like the
The TikTok
short
version.
Yeah, TikTok version of UFC because
Yeah.
you don't have to sit there and watch and be
UFC
like, what's gonna happen?
UFC
You're like, I
is-
know exactly. What's
UFC is long form content. Power slap is the TikTok version.
You know what's
100%.
crazy too about that? Have y'all watched an event?
No.
Power slap.
Yeah.
No.
There you go.
Yeah.
But it's probably because they make it for TikTok. It's
Yeah.
probably they have the event because it's there and that's the long form that people can go to, but they make it for
Their business model
TikTok.
is like, have you seen it? No. You don't have to see it.
yeah.
It's like, what? No.
Wait,
But I think we do though.
wait a minute. Now
Like-
I'm confused.
No. Dude, he'll spout out some crazy facts. He's like, Power Slap did 20 trillion on TikTok last week. I'm like, I don't think that could have been happened
Yeah.
ever.
Did you see? This is off on a random. But did you see that Mr. Beast now has 400 million subscribers? I think it is.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
I think he'll be
500
the first to like 1 billion.
It's
Dude.
it's 5% of the population
I have been
of the
he-
Earth.
He
Honestly,
literally
that sounds not like. I feel like he would have more.
he literally after he came out with the Beast Games, he like there was a thing that he did where he officially had the number of the population of the United States of America. He did like a video because it was it's around 330. It's a little over 330 million.
Yeah.
He hit that and he did this whole video where he was on a podcast and somebody brought it up to his attention like, hey, do you understand you have the United States population like that same amount watching you?
Yeah.
And hearing him talk about, I've been studying him so much, dude. Hearing him talk about everything he does, the intentionality that he has in his videos.
Yeah.
If you watch one of his videos, I think you can't go longer than 2 minutes without hearing another hook. So he'll constantly be saying, this guy just was able to get out of this weighting him down into the water, but that doesn't even compare to what he has to go through next.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
every 2 minutes there's a new hook.
Yeah, and
So
it's
you're
like every
constantly,
couple
like-
seconds, like literally 2 seconds or 3 seconds, it has to be a different screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like shit like that you don't even mentally think about, but once you know about it, for like at least it's like breathing. It's like you don't think about breathing, and then you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta think about breathing
Yeah.
for a few
Yeah.
seconds, and
It's
then you
wild,
forget about
dude.
it again. It's like that thing. It's
Like,
like
Mr. Beast is leading. I would dare to say
the
Mr. Beast
world.
is the reason the film industry is going away.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
I think
a
those
face
two.
of it,
Oh yeah, I think those
Because
100% go hand in hand.
He is because obviously hearing like the amount of channels he has is ridiculous because he's got
everything in every flavor and country.
He's got Mr. Beast,
and
Mr. Beast Gaming, and another channel for Mr. Beast Spanish, Mr. Beast
German,
French,
like, and then
yeah.
everyone has its own, and then he has a team for every single channel.
Yeah.
So he has like I think he's trying to get to the point where he does two videos a month, but they're at the scale of like Beast Games, because all he has to do is fly to one of his teams, film, fly to the other team, film, fly.
Yeah.
And the intentionality behind what was it? It was I can't remember, but the intentionality he has behind, like, you can't, like you were saying, you can't have any more than 3 seconds in a clip. You have to constantly have a new hook, and you have to there was one other point that he gave, but like that style of instant gratification, you're always getting something new, is the reason the story arc that we know in the film industry is going away.
Yeah.
Because the story arc is you have to have 2 hours to be able to tell a full story, while he's telling a new story every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why that's going away, because nobody wants to wait anymore for that.
Yeah, dude. And there's things that will never be the same in like the movie industry that we'll always like fantasize about and like reminisce and be like, and we do now to this day. We're like, name the last big comedy.
To this day.
The last big comedy.
Yeah, it's like name the last like super bad
comedy movie.
That was like
Super bad.
culturally shifting, where everybody's
Hangover.
quoting Talladega Nights, Tropic Thunder, Hangover. Super bad. But it's like we haven't really had one in the last 10 years.
Does 21 Jump Street count?
You could say
had a big,
that's
that
gotta
had some
be.
big
Yeah,
ones.
you could say that, but I think that was like
The Machine.
brother.
He didn't like that.
I
he
fucking
didn't.
hate
He
that.
didn't.
What about what's
He
the?
didn't.
Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna try to come up with a name.
Comedy.
Is it? Hold on. I'm gonna look
Big
up a title.
comedy.
This is a title that everyone hates this movie, but there's a select few of us who really enjoy this movie.
So 21 Jump Street was still 2012. So that's still fucking 12 years ago.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I mean Deadpool. Deadpool's
Yeah, but
gotta
you
be.
could argue, because people will
It's a
argue.
Marvel.
Yeah,
thing,
that
or
it's an
a
action movie.
comic thing.
I do agree that like the Deadpools were like fucking bangers.
Man.
Have y'all watched that? Kung
Yeah.
Pao, Enter the
Oh,
Fist.
Yeah, yeah. What year
Yeah.
was that? 2003 or something?
2.
2. Yeah. So it's like
Wow.
that to me is like along the lines of like Eric Andre and like I Think You Should Leave, like those things where it's like really dry and you got to know that it's that type of humor. There's a new movie coming out with Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson, which is the I Think You Should Leave guy, called
so
Friendship.
funny.
And it's by A24, I think. So I don't know if it's got a horror element to it, but it's like, from my understanding, it seems like Tim Robinson is taking Paul Rudd's Friendship like a little too serious. Like, Tim Robinson really needs a friend, and then I think Paul Rudd like befriends him a little bit, like not even trying to be his friend, just trying to be a little nice to him once.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like,
That's
I think
his
it's
best friend.
I think it's that. It's kind of like the Cable Guy, but not like creepy.
Yeah.
I think, because they haven't let all
He's
a lot in the
hilarious,
trailers. Dude, also,
We're running out of time here.
I know we're about to wrap it. 2 days from now, which this will already be out by this time. Tires season 2.
Oh yeah.
That comes out Thursday, brother.
That's good. That'll be good.
I want to take the day off,
Binge the entire.
dude. It's got
thing.
so many huge stars in it.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like,
of
it's crazy that in the second season of such a small type of show, because of Shane Gillis, he is the Conor McGregor of comedy right now. He's pulling so many big stars into it.
Yeah. Yeah. It will be really good.
It's
though.
gonna be a fucking ripper. Is there anything you want to brag about or pose?
Plug.
Want to?
I don't know. I wasn't prepared.
You wasn't prepared.
I wasn't
Got an
prepared
Instagram
to plug
handle.
anything. You can watch my YouTube channel,
There you
River
go.
Cody, if you want to dive deeper into learning how to create videos and films and how to grow on YouTube.
Dude, you are cinematic.
I
Your
am.
shit is pretty as fuck. It makes this
Thanks.
look like we look like white chicken, and your shit looks like a tan, beautiful model.
Bro.
You're like, man, I could look at that all day, and then
White
us, we're just like, I ain't got no seasoning on it.
Honestly, though, it doesn't matter what the quality is. As long as if the content is good, you could.
We
film on
run
your
off.
phone.
It doesn't
So
matter
you're
the
telling,
quality.
so you're telling,
That is our campaign.
so you're telling us the content is bad. Then, is what you're saying? Since we've been running this
As
unsuccessfully.
long as it visually and like sounds good, yeah, I think y'all are good. Yeah, we're terrible.
Consistently bad for 290 episodes.
Dude, we should have a shirt that says Some People Suck Podcast consistently bad since.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Instead of established.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We need
Yeah.
to do that.
Well, if you want to take a marker and try to find one that actually works, I know the Sharpie in this cup, the gold one works 100%. I've been using it. And sign the Wall of Fame, dude. That'd be sick as hell. Before we get out of here, I want to shout out Johnny Mumbles and Sacred Grounds Tattoo Studio. They've been doing amazing work. They are going to have some traveling artists coming through this summer. But you should go to their studio, go hit up Johnny, get some work done, maybe get like a River Cody tattoo on you.
If you do that, I'm gonna be so happy.
And he'll put you in a video.
Yeah. If you get a tattoo, let me know you're gonna get a tattoo of my name, and I'll come film it.
Ooh. Dude, you might be a future YouTube star because you got a River Cody tattoo by Johnny Mumbles. All because you heard it from the boys here at the podcast. Yeah, dude, we can't thank you enough for coming on. Absolutely love your content. Dude, what you did Saturday was awesome. Like, the production value is crazy.
That was the first time I ever live streamed anything, so that was...
It's all a learning curve and a
Different.
learning process, but
Scary, dude.
you should have saw their team. It looked like a legit team. Not like us.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like they were, like, doing
They
stuff
are
that
to do
looked
that.
intentional.
Yeah. They knew.
We're just like play with the cord, make it look like it's fixed.
No, it's fixed. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was scary.
It looked really good though.
Yeah.
It did look really good.
Cool.
Yeah. And commentary sounded really good too.
Thank
It all. Yeah.
Sounded
It
good.
looked awesome.
The commentary was hilarious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There,
Nick-
it was good.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that I wanted to say was really funny, but I don't know if you want me to say
Go ahead.
what I thought was funny.
What was funny? Was it? Go ahead. My voice sound?
No, it was whenever Zach Sanger came out,
Yes.
and you were like, "That's easily the whitest boy I've ever seen."
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah, you're like,
don't know, dude.
you said he needs to see the sun.
Oh, dude. Brother.
You said I didn't think that was what Zach Sanger was gonna look
Oh,
like. when I
yeah,
heard
that's
Zach
true.
Sanger.
'Cause I don't know, in my mind, Zach Sanger, and I
It's
get...
crazy you were in charge of commentating these fights and you just roasted the fighters.
Look, I
Like,
tried
it's
to talk Trey out of
insane.
not letting me do it. I was like, is there anybody...
No,
You got nobody else?
Please.
Like, I'm not going to be good at this.
there was another comment that I'll wait.
Oh, dude.
Because it was so funny.
There was I threw around ginger a little much. There were some ginger people that were on the
Oh,
card.
yeah.
Like, I actually said ginger.
Yeah.
One of them, there was a dude, it was a blue belt and a gi, but he had really hairy feet. He was a ginger guy with really hairy feet, and I was like, you don't see that a lot.
Bro, but that's like people loved that dude. Like it wasn't like UFC commentary where it was strictly
Thanks.
it wasn't I think it was better. Like it wasn't
Oh, word.
strictly here's the techniques, here's that. You were going like you have the knowledge and you showed it, but also
Yeah.
you were funny. Like the most thriving genre right now on any platform is comedy. People want to laugh.
Yeah.
And the fact that you were able to make people laugh even through some of the situations that were like you didn't think there was a joke that could be pulled out of it, and
Yeah.
you brought a joke out of it. And we went back and watched it. Me and Miranda were like dying laughing for a lot of it. Like it was solid.
Awesome,
It was
dude.
solid.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to perform well. I didn't, in the moment, I was just like, well, this is the last time I'll ever be on a mic. So I just like, whatever. Send it, I guess. But,
So good.
dude, it was fun. It was nice being there and having like a professional team behind us because you guys took away the stress that me and Hilton had last time. Like, we didn't even know the entire time if we were going to be doing commentary or not because we couldn't figure out the mics. And that went on for like hours. Even while it was going, like, are we still figuring out the mic? Like, and we're doing the camera thing and we're trying to figure out how to keep it going because,
Yeah.
like, obviously
Yeah.
the Wi-Fi in the building was super bad.
satellite fell over.
Dude,
It literally fell over.
this wasn't recorded on the commentary, but me and Casey went on and on about that. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, Elon needs a fucking...
Yeah, Starlink. Baby.
What's going on? You
What's
pulled up in a Tesla. You ain't got his number?
Starlink. I mean,
What's going on here?
Saloon Link or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's Saddaloon, brother.
Saddaloon.
Saddaloon Link.
The way he said that was like we all should know that.
They're called Saddaloons.
How do you call it?
Yeah, that, brother. I'm going to watch that back and be like, dude,
I'm gonna check in the
took a
beginning
shot at us.
too. We started talking about conspiracy theories, and both of our mics fell down.
you're going to be scared for the rest of the day?
Yeah, probably,
We're gonna have to
dude.
get
I
Jeff
might
and
be
Cody.
I might be hopping in there with you.
All right, dude.
All right, well, good stuff, dude. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah,
Seriously,
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
always
This was
always
really
a good
fun,
time.
actually.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're getting the fuck up out of here. We love you. Yee!
Yee.